I'll just kind of look at the group and be like, guys, please, let's not break another floor. Okay?
In fairness, Flux,
I know. I know.
did not know what we were doing, like, even a little bit.
Do we ever know what we're doing?
Can you tell me how all this works so I don't break it again?
No, I can't. But let's try everything else first, please.
I mean, to answer your question, Number, I woke up a tree once, which I was pretty sure I knew what I was doing then. That was about it.
That was the last time that you knew what you were doing when you
Yeah.
opened that tree.
I mean, really, since then, it's just been a series of disasters.
Oh, excuse me.
Is the cogwheel attached to anything or just sitting on the floor?
Just sitting on the floor, you see the emerald pulsating cogwheel in the middle of the room. As Alec walks in next, because next person moved the mini, so I just pick him. He might take notice to the gigantic cogwheel in the middle of this area, connected to a huge pillar, driving deep into the depths. And fall beyond recognition behind them, this wheel slowly moves around, with of course 3 symbols onto it from either areas over here, something to be explored if you go directly into that room. A pair of doors on either edge here and here, and one over here as well, that seem firmly closed. But that's that room. As of right now, you're in this room. And I'll say Jade would clearly notice as he's walking in that these dishes, the lids on top of them, one of them is slightly ajar, and you can see coinage inside. They seem to be containers. But of course, there is the emerald cogwheel that's probably caught your attention even more so.
So the lid to the jar is a jar?
Yep.
Jarception.
I could have put a door on it, but I don't like doors being jars.
Hehe.
Oh, yeah. And beyond that, there's also another cogwheel-based door well over here.
Is that well, I've got no way to tell. I don't know. I was going to ask if that cogwheel was magical, but I don't have to take magic or anything.
Judging by the glowing and the humming with power, you would assume.
This could be you introducing nuclear material to your game world, though.
Lulu blinks a few times and she looks up. Well, if it's solid uranium and presently in high exposure, we're all already dead anyway. Ho ho ho. And flops her head back down. Lulu says, "Oh damn! I used one of my 4th wall breaks. I'm not allowed to do that."
Bellamy just stares into the distance like that little penguin from that show.
Oh. Penguin, or are we asking Benedict Cumberbatch a penguin?
Penguin.
I love that.
I still
Penguin.
can't.
The
Like-
The best part was like it's the documentary and no one decided to correct them.
And the fact that he's such a good sport about it afterwards. He's
Yeah.
like, no one told me. And it's awesome, but no one told me. Sorry. Courtney triggered me. Alrighty then. Since it's caught your attention, what are you doing with the cogwheel?
At current, looking for another headset because this one keeps cutting out.
Oh shit. Did he already say your plans and like why didn't my headset died?
Oh no, it's a wired headset. It keeps cutting out, so I'll get the static noise and then hear nothing for a second, and then I'll get the static noise and it comes back. So I was just looking to see if I can find one of my other headsets.
Alright, well, you're looking for a headset.
But Jade would pick it up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Thank you. As Jade reaches down and goes, now isn't this something interesting? And he picks up the cogwheel. A bright flash fills the area. And the cogwheel goes dark. Jade disappearing entirely. Jade!
I saw that.
Your character finds yourself teleported. Right over here. Everybody can look, because you all share visions. But, you know.
Jade? Are you hiding?
Oh,
Are you
God.
hiding, or is...
Flux starts having a flashback. I sent him to the astral plane again. Oh, God.
Jade, this is the problem when you're too sneaky. I can't tell.
And you said the cogwheel disappeared too?
Nope, it just lost its glow.
Power down.
Oh, just lost its glow.
Lulu's eyes go wide as she lifts her head up. Oh no! Oh Jade, oh. I'm too tired to even say which Adam's concerned. I'm sure he's fine. He's a slippery one, him. I have to be optimistic. Because he has my tea.
Well...
The
I mean,
DM says
fuck, I
thank you.
suppose.
It's always fun when the DM says thank you when someone does something. It's like, oh thank you, you triggered the trap. Poof, gone.
Yeah, I heard it, and I knew it was trouble.
Presently, we'll give Jade's point of view. You find yourself in a small circular room. There is a door at the north end of it, and within the room that you're in, you see some small dishes and boxes, most notably a vase made of emerald. There also appears to be one of those twisty-turny handlebar things in front of yourself here. And I will add, since the team is full of magical users with wicked checks on Arcana, you'd be able to tell that Jade was teleported after a few moments.
I'm going to guess that the glowing stopped. That means we can't follow him.
Probably. I will, of course, grab it to try.
And nothing happens. Whatever power it has run out.
Shock. I've been bamboozled again.
Oh, we should have used our meta knowledge. Green means go. It was right there.
So this means stop?
Yep.
It's reddish.
I don't. Yeah. I would suppose any of you magical chaps or chapettes have the like a message spell or something like that. We could just like
I'm just checking.
point in a direction and go, Jade, 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 Jade. You could reply to this message, Jade, Jade.
Lulu blinks a few times. I'm a little tired, but I'm pretty sure I have telepathy within anything that's like less than 120 feet away.
I have scrying, but that's really all I have.
Yeah, I don't.
Well,
I mean, I can always wish, but
let's save
boy.
the big guns.
yeah.
Well, let's see if Lulu can get a response.
Oh, I'm sending.
Oh, you do?
Yep, I found it.
Lulu nods.
I just don't
enthusiastically.
understand how alphabetical order works. I will cast sending. Jade, where the fuck are you?
You hear it clear as day. There's nothing blocking telepathic communication in this area. So, Dan, Jade just got asked a very, very important question from Bellamy. Jade, where the fuck are you? Even has backup chorus with the DM's voice. With the sending spell, you get to send a short message. You hear the message in your mind for the deceiving creature. It has an unlimited range. Just someone you're familiar with, essentially. And it can answer in like manner immediately.
I think the limit is 25 words. But
Yep.
Jade is a cat of few words anyway.
Dan might still be searching for a new headset, so we'll give him a sec.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'd
me?
already forgot about that.
I heard a muffled there for a sec.
Okay, give me a second.
You might just need to turn up your sensitivity if you can on that device. I've already got his volume maxed out on Discord as well. Kowalski, report. I love those penguins.
Never.
What was that? I heard never from Dan.
Me too. I don't know if he's saying he'd never be a penguin, he'd never be called Kowalski, or never report in.
Or he's never
I'm a
replied to
solid all
this.
three.
Yeah.
Never report, there we go. Noble sex.
Never report.
Oh, little throwback to Halo Reach.
Oh yeah.
Noble sex.
That game going by real quick.
Yeah.
Surprisingly quick.
I gotta say, when I said while we
Even
were
with the.
in
Sorry, go ahead.
in the level where the dude went poof, and right at the start of that level, I was like, I love this guy. I hope he lives forever and ever. We never lose him. I actually didn't know that was the level we lost him, so that's even better.
Yeah.
Oh, I did. I was like suppressing a laugh at that time.
Oh, I figured it was coming real soon, but I didn't know it was the same level. I was like, oh. And he goes, well, you gotta go. I gotta do the soldiery thing. And it's like, Semper Fi. And he just goes. And it's like, oh, that was good.
Oh.
Now go.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. Coming through clear, man.
No, we can't.
Fuck you, John.
Bellamy asks, where the fuck are you? And he just replies, fuck you, John. Wait, what?
so, I don't think he's going to press escape and vote to kick this time.
I didn't kill him this time.
Oh, my word. Yeah, so if you might be wondering, Courtney, we all played Halo together, and John turned into a PvP nightmare. We were all like a riot team. He became Rambo. I think I died 7 times to him.
Most of it was a mistake.
Oh, totally.
Was it? Was it though?
I jump out my warthog at one point.
Know what I heard, John?
Okay, good. And whacked, killed
Not
by
all of
an
it. Most of it, though.
I don't know. I would say that the one when you shot down the helicopter was very questionable.
Yeah.
Again, I said most was by mistake.
The game kicked us out for so long that we were waiting. It asked us like 5 times if we wanted to kick John. By the 5th time, it's like, it's getting tempting just so the message go away. Oh my, that was a good time.
For the record, that was the one time it wasn't accidental.
Yeah. Right afterwards, I walked up to John, double melee and shot him, killed him stone dead in half a second. He's like, who killed me? I'm like, it was me.
You know what? Fair.
Yep.
Fair that time.
Absolutely.
I just have to do it the one time. He comes back, hey, I got all my ammo. It's like, damn it. I made him better. Oh, that was a good time. That was definitely.
Oh, it was great. Yeah.
Alrighty, Dan. Since you got your mic up and running, what does Jade respond?
What was the question?
She asked, "Where the fuck are you?"
In a room.
Well, you know, that was. Yep. He's in the room.
Right.
Well, we know he's
So glad you
alive.
used the third level spell slot for that, Gordon.
Thank you, Bellamy. We now, like Jillian said, we now at least know he's breathing and not actively screaming. So.
Lulu nods her head enthusiastically. Well, if he just said I'm in the room, it must be a room that looks like this place, right? So, you know. Oh man, he had 25 words, he used 3. This ain't 2005. You don't get charged per letter on that SMS, you know what I'm saying?
What?
Lulu, I'm still on that plan.
Oh my.
So
So Jade's in a room off on his own corner, and the rest of you are in the larger room with the gigantic, slowly moving gear with weird symbols on it ahead. You've confirmed that Jade is still alive, still in this dungeon somewhere.
Is that the same symbol as was up in the above floor?
Not even remotely.
No, okay. I thought I recognized it. Okay. Bum. Okay.
I guess maybe we should just explore a little, see if we can find Jade.
Oh, Jade has the helm too, doesn't he?
The comprehend language.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I
All right. Well then,
took
I'm going
it
to
back
start.
yet.
Yeah, I'm going to start ritual casting comprehend language.
Alright.
I also have the power orb.
Yep. The little red power orb. Useful things.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So this
You
will
know,
take.
with the amount of times that stuff happens to Jade, someone else should probably hold all the cool shit.
What cool shit?
Yeah. The problem is, even if you try, you'll go into the pocket and go, "Where is it?" And Jade will be like, "Here you go."
That's true. That's true.
He's got that stuff sorted like a librarian with a Dewey Decimal System. The door.
The Dewey Decimal System wasn't good enough to track it all. I had to make my own system.
You're gonna have to think of a good pun for that then. I put him on. Oh shoot! I put him on blast with that one. Yeah. And I will say for Dean, as I see Alec moving towards another one of the cogwheel-esque doors, you see a big old cogwheel door in front of you.
I'll try and do what Jade does and look for traps, but I don't think it's going to go very well.
You go ahead, throw me up a perception check.
Can I? Oh, perception. I thought it'd be
I don't think you have. Do
investigation.
you have sleight of hands and all? Well, you can use investigation. That's hands-on.
Oh no, I'd rather use perception because I had it's way better.
Go ahead, throw up a perception check as you examine the door. With a 30 on your perception, you can't seem to find anything out of the ordinary with this door, glancing it over.
Okay. I guess I'll. Is these one of the ones we need to heave out the way? Or no, this one's powered, right? This floor? I'll try opening it.
As you attempt to open the door, you find it's firmly locked.
Okay. I'll walk back this way. So, yeah, it's locked, we can't go that way. I was trying to avoid the spinning cogwheel because we had trouble last time. But I guess we go up.
Open it.
You can?
I have a charm of opening.
So last
That was amazing. You're like, I have a chime of opening, and then the bang from the background.
So, last time we used one of them, we broke the floor of the dungeon.
Oh.
Granted, it wasn't a different kind of door. It was one of these ones, and not one of the.
Considerably smaller one in inside a side door.
Yeah. So it might not break it, but
What if it does?
Yeah.
Do we want to try and like, I don't know, do any of us know how to pick locks? Besides Jade?
And I have a sword.
Alec would just look at Bellamy like, do you? We weren't big on doors where I came from, so locks were something else altogether.
As long as the door is locked, the chime of opening will not work.
Oh, does it only open doors? Wait.
It says it'll.
Chime of opening?
Yeah, it'll unlock the lock, but it doesn't open the door.
If there's no latches or locks remaining, however, the object itself will open.
Oh, so it would unlock it first without knock-on wood damaging it, allowing us to open it. It only opened it because... Right, I see. Okay. Right. Interesting. Well, we could give it a go then.
Okay.
Alright. As you tap the chime of opening, sending out a single resounding wail, it releases the singular lock on the object. And where no latches or locks remain, the object itself slowly opens. Which leads you down a short hallway to a large, solid metal wall. Gaps
Alright.
on either edge at the north and south corners, as it appears to be another one of those walls between yourself and one of those cogwheel rooms, probably.
But by the way, I do feel like pointing out there are a ton of these things.
I mentioned that
So
off
look-
the get-go, remember? I said
Yep.
they
Oh,
looked
did you?
like
Okay.
they were hatches, but under close examination, it's just the way the floor is designed. It looks like somebody was
Okay.
being clever and making it match the top layer so they looked pretty and solid throughout.
Sorry, I must have missed that. My apologies.
Jeez, no worries.
I'm tired today.
By all means, grab a coffee.
You should be sorry, John. You've embarrassed everyone in this adventuring group. How dare you?
I'm sorry, guys. I'm just gonna die.
Stop. Good enough, John.
The DM's gonna write this one down and remind you of it in 5 years when you think everything is okay. You think everyone's forgotten and moved on, just to make you think it's still an issue. You know, your greatest fear come to life right there. Remember that one random tiny little mistake you made like 5 years ago that was embarrassing as hell? I remember.
Dean, didn't
My
you blow up the
anxiety
ship?
also remembers.
Right?
So, Dean, didn't you blow up the ship, thus killing Dusty and creating the impulse, like the impetus for the follow-on campaign? We're not talking about me, John.
Oh my. So Dan, you got any questions on the room that you have yourself stuck in with Jade?
I would like to look around it.
Glancing around, there's another one of those pots that seem to have some coinage in it. A spinnable middle section, a chandelier over the roof, which you can see here, and an emerald vase. Itself looking quite pricey.
Is it glowing?
Nope. Just emerald.
Okay.
The emerald vase. I would like to take a look at that.
It's a nice looking ornate emerald vase, very beautifully crafted. Probably worth some money, but nothing really stands out special about it, other than it seems to be the point that you were teleported to.
I try and pick it up.
No problem. Just like Legend of Zelda, just resist the urge to smash it.
Smash it.
It goes in a bag of holding.
As you attempt to put it into dimensional storage, you find it is unable to be placed in dimensional storage.
I'll check the door. I'll put the vase down and then go check the door.
The door is most certainly locked. And you're like, wow, I didn't have to do a check on that one. DM's like, no, being kind today. Let that one go because I slipped and I was reading my notes while I was talking out loud. But the door is most assuredly locked.
$33. Is it still locked?
With a 33, you successfully unlock the door in front of yourself.
I will attempt to open it.
No problem. You go ahead, you can give it a click, it'll open for you. And as your character opens the door, well, I'm going to bring you up to the actual door so you can see inside the hallway. As your character opens the door, you see 2 more cogwheel-style doors in front of you, along with an old rusted sword resting on the ground to your left. And to your right, however, you see a dead body grasping a leather-bound journal. And while you're contemplating that, let's pop back over to the other team. Hi, everybody.
It's only been 9 minutes. Still casting the spell.
Meanwhile, Jade's like, thank God I didn't get stuck with that because I didn't get the jumped by a zombie. That's good.
Is there anything? You said that these jars contain coins. Is this object here like a grate or a box, or?
Just a small metal box left into the room. It looks like it might have held something at one point, but whatever is in there now is dust and detritus. And as Nimbar is able to confirm, no magic, because his magic vision turns on.
No, I was casting comprehend language.
Oh, comprehend language, not detect magic. My bad.
Yeah.
He gives a nod and points to the side and says right here, coal storage. You're like, what?
They use coal?
All right. You now have comprehend languages cast.
Okay.
Now the gears in the next room are moving very slow as they spin around, to the point that you will not need a dex check to get onto them. Essentially, you just wait for one of them to rotate around, pop out a foot, step down, and walk straight in without any trouble.
Alright. I would like to check out these guys, the words. So I think I'm gonna go check. Everyone cool with that?
Yep. Do you want, like, just to be super safe, maybe like tie?
Great.
I'll guide you. Do you want me to tie a rope around you just in case it speeds up or whatever, or?
That's probably a good plan.
All right. I'll bust out my my old trusty hempen rope and loop it around Nimbar and get ready to catch him if he falls. But I'm hoping that just by sheer size difference, I'll be able to hold a gnome. But you never know. I
hope so. All right, so I'm gonna step.
Let's just stop you right there. Your character walks onto the gear. Where's everybody else positioned on the map at this moment? Except for Jake. We know he's off to the side.
Oh boy,
God.
hate that question. I'd probably be pretty close to the front watching.
We do need a Bellamy token.
Holding Lulu.
I'm here.
She's right here.
You don't see her?
There's a Bellamy token?
Let me try this then.
I'm gonna refresh them.
Can you see her now?
Oh no, there it is.
I know what
You
happened.
couldn't see either, Dean?
I can see you, yeah.
I had
No,
Bellamy
but you couldn't see
invisible.
me?
Yeah, Bellamy's just down from Alec now.
She was there before. I saw her.
Because you were connected before Dean got connected, and while you were reconnecting, I turned Bellamy from invisible to visible, but it didn't refresh for Dean, so we all saw Bellamy except Dean and John.
Oh, I
So
see.
when I blinked her off and on right now from invisible to visible again. Because while you weren't here, Courtney, I turned your character invisible and just had her tagging along in each room. Actually, in the previous floor, there was a giant cogwheel that just kept spinning round and round and round in the middle. I set Bellamy's token on the middle of said cogwheel for the whole time everyone was there. I figured she'd just be like, you know what, I'm a chill.
Yep.
And then we got jumped by monsters. It was fun.
There we go. Now I see a Bellamy.
Alrighty, so
So what trap did I set off this time?
Oh, a simple one. As you walk into this room, you notice the blue crystal, the one that's over here, suddenly starts to react somewhat violently, crackling with energy and electricity, before it releases a bolt of terrifying power at you. A single hurtling shot of chain lightning. Give me a dex saving throw. And I'm going to need a dex saving throw from Alec, and from Bellamy, and from Flux. As this is a 9th level chain lightning.
Is it
also
considered a spell?
Nope. You can't counter it. Sorry, bud.
Damn it.
Triggering trap that basically drops the spell out. Ooh. Ooh.
Ugh.
Wow. I think I can see and absorb elements being thrown up by me. 9th level spell sounds nasty.
Who would like to roll for Lulu?
Don't
I
put
can.
that. Oh, I was gonna say, don't put that evil on us.
I like how Courtney jumps on the landmine. She goes, "No, I got this."
Yeah, it'll be fine. Dex.
Oh, and Jillian, I need a dex save for Flux.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The chain lightning crackles and bolts from the main target that's hit to additional targets within 30 feet. Given the power of the spell, it's hitting all of you. Everybody fails.
Jesus.
I can do Indomitable.
Wow, I didn't realize you had the plus 90 dex saves, and you still
Yeah.
only got a 13. Jesus.
I took Resilient.
What is up with these dice rolls right now?
I don't know.
The trap
Why?
caught you all by good surprise. As the bolt whips through the air. With
That's better.
Indomitable, Flux manages to pass the check.
I'm also resistant to lightning, babes.
Oh, so you are.
Yep, half and half. As Flux basically shrugs off 10d8 points of damage
Jesus.
from the lightning bolt that crackles out for 38 points. Soars through the air, hitting each of you for that. Which means Jillian would take a half of 19. So 9 points of damage for Jillian.
Okay.
Alec absorbs the energy.
So that'd be maths 18, I think. No, more. I can't. Yeah, I'll figure it out.
What was the damage? 32?
38 points.
38.
19. There we go. I wasn't far off.
So it gives you resistance to the damage type, does it?
Yeah. So you have resistance to triggering damage type until the start of your next turn.
Yep.
So kind of like shield, but
So you get 19 points.
Yeah.
Lulu, meanwhile, flies through the air and bops against the back wall with an oof as she hits the ground. At 0.
Oh, Lulu!
The cute golden
She's
fur
not at 0 for
sinks.
very long. No.
So I'm
That
going to start
absolutely won't do.
a combat tracker, except it's only going to include Lulu, and this isn't for her death saves. This represents dealing with this trap over here, you know, the action economy and all that. I'm not too worried about initiative rolls, I'm more about the teamwork side of things, but this way we can track rounds. And also track Lulu, who's going to have to make death saves. So, as Lulu falls and flops down with a thud, smoke coming off of her golden little feathers, she'll be needing to do death saves, so if anyone has any curative magic at their handiness, you may want to drop it.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. I can heal her as well. But I guess Bellamy's behind me, so Just
wait,
whoever
that
gets there
one.
first.
It's teamwork. You can feel free to be efficient on how you're doing things. You don't have enemies to worry about at the moment, so I'm not too concerned with the initiative ordering on these things. Everyone gets an action, a reaction, a bonus action, you know, your usual combat turn. Just, you can work together as a team on how
Yep.
everything goes down.
And is the trap still active, or is it like a one and done? Can we see it still crackling with energy, or?
It's still crackling.
Oh.
I'm going to step off the thing. Does it look like it's still going to shoot us?
Still humming, though you notice it loses some of that electric edge that it once carried. Lulu, regaining 11 points of health, is going to take a moment, jump to her feet, even though I know that would be a second turn, and pretty much bolt out the way. It'll let me move the token. It's gonna be one of those glitchy days, isn't it? She just runs, she goes, nope, no thank you! Wanders away over and then flops against the door, breathing very heavy, looking seriously injured and winded.
Okay. Do you think dispel magic would cut the mustard to your Nimbar?
Though, I know I just put us in a combat tracker because of this thingy, but since Nimbar jumped out of the room on his turn, don't really need the combat tracker because it won't be reacting.
Yeah.
So I'll turn it back
Yeah.
off.
We can try dispel magic. That's
Tell you
safe
what,
bets usually.
you give yourselves a thought on how you want to run with that. Dispel magic on a rare magical device built into a gigantic magical cylinder, into a gigantic magical sphere, inside of a gigantic magical city. Just saying. But while you're all working on your decision, Dan, Jade's turn again. You notice the dead body in front of you, of course. What appears
I want to
be
check the journal.
Giving a glance through, it's nothing too major, just the standard life of some random thief who managed to find themselves stuck in Kintyre when it was taking off, getting ready to go. Before, as it says, the angels attacked. They got trapped in this room as the doors locked and they could not get them open. And as they slowly ran out of time, they left a single note, mentioning that the traps rely casting either a particular type of magic or magic of a certain strength.
Did I hear the lightning bolt going off?
You'd hear it around right about now, the crack boom, and probably ah, from some of the party members in the distance, but hard to hear. Fortunately, since I'm just going to move your character forward 5 feet, since you were looking at the journal, since there's only a singular door essentially between you and that situation that is happening, you would have heard the echoes from that area with a good perception check. And once your character's past perception, let's take a look here. Wow. You get plus 15 to perception by default, hey? So that's 25? You'd hear it.
Now I'm torn. Do I run back to the party or do I carry with Jade and keep looking for treasure?
I mean, technically, you wouldn't know which way is the way.
Well, he just said I heard it because it's just the other
Oh.
side of the door.
Right.
However-
right, never mind.
There doesn't seem to be any way to open this gigantic sheet of metal in front of yourself.
I'll check the door on the right.
It's locked. 38, you are successful in unlocking the door. And like many other ones, this one is powered, opening as you give it a twist. Behind it, you see a very, very small 5-foot room. Though unlike the other ones, the hatch in this room's floor does in fact open up.
I'll go check the sword and the other door then.
The sword itself is mostly detritus at this point, worn out and torn out. Not much that can be done, but the northern door, it's a door.
I'll check for traps.
Oh, right. With a 28 on your check, it does not appear to be trapped. It is, however, quite locked. And with a 39, it's no longer locked. Opening up this door, you see another room up ahead. This one filled to the brim with numerous cogs, wheels, twisting and turning. Now, you can see that there is somewhat of a pathway, and feel free to move your character forward, you're not about to get jumped, don't worry. You can see that there is something of a pathway on the map itself that leads towards another door. Please note, this pathway that is you see brilliantly on the map here is strictly for the sake of artistry. This room is filled with gears. It's also... One moment.
Don't die.
Oh, you don't need to hear me cough it into the mic, that's all. I gotta get another...
Yeah, I'm just saying don't die.
Oh, I won't. Not yet anyway. Give me another 30 years, I hope. Maybe 40, 50. Actually, let's go 60. I'll go 60 more years, then I'll be a really old guy. This room that you step into is filled with gears and cogs, wheels, and twisting machinations, constantly in motion, drifting from one side to the other, connecting, turning, slamming into each other, and twisting around in crazed modes. Rubbing your chin as you glance through, you're pretty sure you could probably make your way through to the other side with a few successful checks. But in between the gears shifting, twisting, and moving, you notice to the right a treasure chest. A heavy red gold chest. Not too far from where you are, but you'd have to get through gears and all that to get to them.
Do the gears go to the ceiling?
Oh yes.
Damn.
Oh yes. This entire room filled from edge to edge. It appears to be almost a gearbox of sorts. I mean that term literally. Whatever controlled machinations it does, it's something else. So, as mentioned, there's the hatch back this way that can be opened. Also, this room up here with a treasure chest and a door leading further onward. And while you're deciding what Jane's gonna do...
What do you mean deciding? It's Jade. He's going for the chest.
Alrighty. We'll run that one through first. You go ahead then. And give me an acrobatics check to make your way through in fancy fashion.
I am going to use my cleric ability to give myself proficiency in acrobatics.
Alrighty.
So no matter what I roll, the lowest it can go is a 16. No, hang on.
You literally would have Jade there rubbing his chin as he's watching the gears move, watching their timing and saying, I've got the skill, I'm really good at it with my capacity here, but oh, the worst I could do on a limbo with a twist, oh, even that's going to be hard, as he's looking for the smallest gaps to make his way through.
Okay, so the lowest I can roll is a 22.
Yep. I like instant victory and all that, sure, but you're still going to have to roll.
Oh, yes, I just had to make sure that increase my chances.
Anything that helps, right? So you go ahead, give it a roll. Nat 20 on that one. So was that actually a 26 overall?
At 6.
At 6. 32 as your character dances in between the gears, clothing slipping as it catches here and there. You're impressed that you make it without any trouble, landing beside the large red gold chest.
Is it locked?
It is indeed. So, with your dexterity check to unlock the chest with a 40, you are successful. Now give me a dex save. A 17 on your dex save. Do you want to know the outcome, or are you doing anything else first? I gotta ask that question. It's high level.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else I can do.
Alright. As you open the chest, nothing too crazy, just a spray of needles, which is enough to catch Jade off guard, not ready for it for one of the few times as he's pelted like being attacked by a porcupine. Give me a con save as they jab into you. As you take 10 points of piercing damage. And you resist the poison effect from these darts. Inside of the chest, however, you only see one item on a velvet pouch. An ornate compass.
I'll take it.
As you pick it up, you notice the needle points directly in a singular direction. Directly in a singular direction. Good alliteration, Alan. A clockwork compass, whatever it was meant to point at, it has certainly locked into place. No matter which way you spin, turn, or move it, it's always pointing in that one direction, which doesn't seem to be very helpful at the moment. The DM will lean in and say, once you've identified that item, if you want to go ahead and mark it down. It's a compass of the North Star and will always point at the North Star. As of right now, there is no North Star, so it's simply locked in a singular direction. But it's a compass of the North Star. Will always point true north, no matter what. And let's go ahead and move Jade over to his treasure chest, as he's now acquired a non-magical piece of treasure, working entirely off of clockwork and magnetism. Let's check back in on your friends. Lulu is shivering in the corner like, nope, I won't go that way, that hurt. I saw my life flash before my eyes. I lived for like many thousands of years. It was a long flash. She's just gonna flop her sweaty self down on the floor and chill for a few moments, back where she thinks it's safe.
Now, when the thing started, was it when my foot touched the gear?
Once you entered the room and walked in, you got zapped.
So it started as soon as I entered the room, before I even touched the ground. Okay.
It almost seemed to be that it casted chain lightning on the closest PC that entered the chamber. Definitely automatic.
Yeah, no. More or less, I'm wondering if the trap was entering the room or touching the gear. It seems like it's entering the thing.
And Flux is on a quick be right back.
I was trying to think of like a clever way to do it, but it didn't really come up with anything. I mean, but the easiest thing to do would just be for us to back off and then send Flux in to just like
Force it.
just like pull the gem out or press one of the buttons, because I forgot that Flux was lightning resistant. And can roll a dex save, as opposed to me, who's neither of those can do neither of those things. Because if it's doing 9th level spells, the chances of us being able to dispel it seem slim, and can't reach it. Oh, I guess it's slowly spinning, so we could wait for it to come round and then try and do something with it. But
Yeah. What we could also do is everyone hide in the room, close the door, and then let my head go. Look, see if it can see anything that might tell us more.
like, look at the
gem. There might be something there to give us a clue.
yeah, sounds.
I just
sounds
think we should all not be in the behind closed door.
Yeah, like hide in the stairs or something. Send the. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, let's try that. Let's see if it can spot any mechanisms or something like that.
So we all come like where Nimbar is and close this door if possible. Is that a thing we can do, Ellen?
Oh yeah, door will close for you, no problem.
Okay. And then in the room, the floaty head floats. Anything?
The floaty head floats inside an incorporeal being of non-existence.
Okay. I just want to double check.
Oh yeah.
All right. Looking at this, I can see through the eyes of my head. Can I tell anything about it?
It's a shiny crystal that shoots electricity at you.
No extra details can be found even looking at close.
Nothing stands out.
The three buttons here, do they remind us of anything we've seen up above?
Nope. The symbols, even though you glancing at them, you wouldn't be able to read anything from them. Mind you, comprehend language requires physical touch, right?
Yeah.
And all the symbols are identical across those buttons.
So they're all identical, but they're not any of the ones we saw up top?
Nope.
As far as I can make out. Okay. I will let the others know.
I mean, so you said all those hatches were decorative, Alan? None of them lift up?
Just decorative, they look pretty.
Nope, that won't work. It's just a creature. Damn it. Okay.
Well, while you're all planning, Jade. What's Dan? What you thinking with Jade now?
Go back and try the latch in that one room.
All right. You're gonna need another acrobatics check to get through that area.
It hasn't been more than 10 minutes, has it?
Nope. Getting close though.
That is the full roll.
With a 25, you skim through between the gears yet again, finding yourselves just above the door. Heading back into the hatch cover and popping it open.
Yeah.
The smell isn't something very pleasant. You seem to have found a bathroom.
Ew.
Yeah, I'm gonna let that close.
Jade's taking out the antibacterial hand soap.
Do you know how hard it is to get this out of my fur?
That's pretty shitty.
I'm only thinking dispel magic at this point.
We may as well give it a try. There's nothing else is really popping out as like a.
Back.
Welcome back.
Oh fuck! Sorry.
Oh, you okay?
Yeah, no, I
I'm
just
back.
knocked over one of Dean's Nerf guns. Didn't fall off the shelf though, Dean.
My precious things.
It's fine. Did I miss anything?
No, we're kind of stuck here. We're gonna try dispelling the magic, see if it stops the trap, and then if not, we're thinking of asking you to
Just tank it. I can do it. I was just gonna offer
Yeah.
that, honestly.
see if you can like pull the gem out or something.
Is it the blue gem you want me to go for?
Potentially, yeah. We're gonna see. So we're gonna see if we can use dispel magic, but it's looking unlikely.
Okay. I certainly don't mind taking it. I was just gonna offer anyway.
Yeah. Awesome. I'll feel less guilty.
The big thing about dispel magic, it isn't deactivate magic device. It's fairly ambiguous, but they kind of cleared it up in a Sage Advice Compendium years ago. You must be a magical effect caused by a spell. Like Fog Cloud spell can be dispelled by spell magic, but fog created by a monster's presence cannot be dispelled. So keep those things in mind. If you've got some magical treatment that happens to be able to cast a spell, well, if that spell lingered, you'd be able to dispel it, but actually removing the ability from the magical item to cast a spell isn't something dispel magic is built to do.
So I'm not going to be casting it. I'm just throwing it up. So I'm not consuming. I suppose. Yeah.
As I said, it was covered out in a Sage Advice one. Let me see here.
You know. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Just reading through it.
How thick have these doors been?
Kind of, but not very thick. As thick as a standard door for the most part.
Then I'm going to use the the English is hard. The infiltrator's key and create a doorway in front of me to walk through this door.
Alrighty, you go ahead and throw up your Infiltrator's Keys ability. And while Jade's doing this, where's everybody else on the map?
Hiding in the staircase.
I don't think I would have been. I don't think I would have moved much.
I'll probably move just down here just to kind of keep an eye on Lulu.
I was just gonna say, well, could I guess I don't know that something's gonna happen because I was gonna suggest putting Lulu in the bag for a little bit again.
Lulu's ducked back into the furthest corner she can, crouched down on the ground, breathing heavy, looking very tired, a bit singed, and very sweaty.
Hang in there, Lulu.
Lulu gives a nod. I'm just going to have a little nap, and flops over. So where is Alex standing?
Right. As far as I knew, we were in the staircase, letting the mind explore. So I don't think I would have moved back yet.
All right. As Jade steps through the wall, Flux would be looking up, looking at the gem, looking back at the team. I don't know what to do with it, looking at the gem. Should I just go brute force and smash it? A hole opens up in the door that she can see just across from the gem. Right over here, Looney Tunes style. Just whoop, big circle. I'm guessing, Dan, that you're having Jade step right through with the key.
I'll open it and have a look first, and to see what's on the other side.
Well, you can see what you can. The same thing as the rest of the party.
Then I'd step through, knowing I can step on it.
All right. As you step on, you go ahead and give me a dex save, and I'll pop you into the room.
Hey guys, it's Jade!
More like, hey guys, it's Jade, because you're gonna have to give me a dex save too.
Oh, I am? Oh, okay.
The lightning bolt travels 30 feet to the nearest targets in range from the first one hit. Thankfully, you're just at the 30-foot mark, so you're the only one who's also hit. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Flux shrugs it off, gets a quarter damage yet again. Jade with his 29 takes no damage.
No damage.
Jade dodges the thunderbolt. It hits the door as it reforges, flies through the air, and instead hits Flux. For a grand total of... not a lot.
Joke's on you, Sadness Chain. I have neither.
So you get 9 points of damage from that one.
Okay.
We need skill.
Fuck, that stings.
I am going to slap into combat once again, as you start on round 1. Although this time I'm going to put everybody in, except Lulu. She's not active. She's staying the heck away. Feel free to roll up your initiatives. This isn't true combat, though, so that whole double turn thing for Jade doesn't really count. We're just cracking turns at this point. Courtney's like, I must go first.
Jesus! 20s!
Well, that just feels like a waste.
I mean, I was thinking that, but still. For Bellamy, it's not a waste. It's just, like, par for the course.
So,
True.
Courtney, you're up first.
Oh boy.
As you see the lightning blast through the air and sledgehammer Flux on this turn. In future rounds, that'll happen on initiative count 20 if it's triggered.
Okay. And we're still in that place where flying doesn't work, right?
Flying is definitely turned off right now.
Right. Okay. I don't really have much that I can do. I'll just give some bardic inspiration to... Can I see Jade?
Oh yeah, you can peek around the corner easily enough. You got line of sight to Jade.
Hi Jade! Glad we found you! Bardic inspiration! And that'll just be my turn.
Alex's turn. As you hear a boom from the outside and Flux Basically saying shit that stings.
I really got nothing I can do. I'll say everyone to be careful, and then yeah, that's it.
Alrighty. Jade's up. As he's standing in front of an electrified crystal. Well, technically your gears are spinning, so you could be anywhere, but we'll say that's where it was when you stepped through because it's easier, as it slowly spins around.
Disable device. I would like to try and disable this gem.
Let me take a look here. I think there's a background trait with disabled device, isn't there? I haven't seen it pop up in forever, don't mind me.
I don't know about background. I thought it sounded like a thief thing to me.
Let me take a look here. Is there actually disabled device in 5th edition?
I don't think so. I think that was 3.5. I'm just used to calling it that.
Yep. Because there isn't really a specific way to do that to a magical device in this one. You can disable traps using your Sea Thieves tool and things like that. But the glass device in front of yourself is hardwired in hard magic. There's no way to disable it from what you can physically see looking at it. You wouldn't be able to lean in and snip the red wire, you know what I mean? If it were a trap, oh yeah, disarming traps, you do that. But there's no disabled device, unfortunately, that you can drop on this one.
Can I remove the gem?
You put hands on it and give it a pull?
Yes.
It's quite firmly affixed in place. I'll count that as your interact with object, mind you. But it's quite firmly affixed in place.
I can't think of anything else, so I'm just gonna move off the cogwheel.
Jade takes a quick dash, makes it over beside Flux, gives a nod, usual stuff. Anything else for Jade's turn?
Nope.
Alright. Flux's turn.
Okay. Guys, still want me to go for that crystal, or?
Yeah, just go and
Okay.
flux smash.
You want me to break it?
Well, no, I was just trying to do a Hulk reference, but I would to try and remove it, I think.
Okay. That's what I will do.
So you gonna run up and try to tear the crystal free or attack it?
I'm gonna try to pull it out first.
Alrighty. You grab onto that and give me a straight up strength check. As you rip on the crystal with everything you've got, a 21 is not sufficient to break it free.
Can I gauge at all if it's within my capabilities? If I'm doing just straight strength instead of athletics?
You think it could be torn free, but you're definitely going to need a higher dice roll.
Gotcha. Okay. Am I able to try again because I have multiple attacks, or that's it for this round?
Just your action. You used up the thing for that.
Okay, that's fine. Yep. I'll stay there and try again on my next one.
Alrighty. Nimbar, anything for your turn?
I'm gonna step around the corner, and then enlarge Flux and Dirtbag. That'll give you advantage on your strength checks.
Thank you.
As Flux towers. Talons gripped into the crystal, which crackles angrily back at her. Comstag cheers you on. Anything? Anything for anyone else's turns? Anyone's got anything up their sleeves, or do we want to just skip their straight to Flux in the second round?
I can't reach out to do guidance.
I mean, Comic Shake could fly over and do it.
He'll die though.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
then I'll
feel bad.
Well, no, it's more I need to use the wild shape to get him back. I only get to for short rests,
Fair.
so that it means it would cost us an hour.
Yeah. Fair.
Alright. Well, if no one's got anything up their sleeve, I can skip straight to Jillian's next turn if she can make another attempt with Flux.
Alright, nothing.
Alright, as we round past initiative count 20, Jillian, Flux would hear the crystal humming as it begins to charge up as another time, underneath her claws, though it doesn't fire on this turn. Your turn.
Guys, do you know where we're going through the build, like through that room? Because if I stand there and keep my hand on the crystal, then they might be able to get through without getting electrocuted.
Oh, I will say the humming of the crystal is starting to pick up and grow ever louder by the second. You don't think you're holding it back by holding the crystal. It just didn't fire this round as it seems to be charging.
Oh, I see. Okay. Alright, I'll try pulling it again then.
Like you're at the part of the...
Yes. Yep. I get it.
So you go ahead, give us another strength check, this time with the advantage on there.
Okay.
I'm just letting those numbers float in case anyone got anything they want to try.
Wait, hang on, where are we? What was the number? Oh, well, for 21, then I could get it to like 22, but I don't think that's...
I don't think that's gonna make the difference. It's alright. I'll take a hit and try again.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyone- What's up?
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, what were you gonna say, John?
I was just to confirm, guidance is touch, right?
Yeah, it's touch.
All right. So we're gonna roll around once again over the Flux's turn, unless anyone's doing anything or trying anything in the meantime. And as we pass by Alex's turn before we get to Jade's turn, I'm gonna need a dex save from Jillian and from Dan because Flux and Jade are both getting hit by the chain lightning on
Gotcha.
initiative count 20. Does Enlarge have any negatives to the dex saves? I would assume no.
I don't believe so. Let me enlarge up a little.
Well, 12 points of damage for Flux. That's it.
Yeah, no negatives. Just
Bellamy
Is it
gets-
not less than that?
Oh, it
Because
was
I'm
fo-
resistant?
It was 48, which cuts it to 24 and then to 12. I rolled really well.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at my... Sorry, I thought you rolled really low. I was looking at my deck save and thinking it was 28 damage. Sorry.
Oh, no worries, no worries. No, you take 12 total of the damage from the electricity as the lightning bolt goes through the air. And Bellamy gets to see Jade pull a Michael Jackson lean to the side as he just dodges a shot of electricity. Crackles into the ground nearby. Never thought you'd see such a thing.
Ooh, nice moves.
Flux's turn again as the crystal slowly begins to hum. Feel free to roll that strength check.
I know, just unplugging in my Chromebook. 1 sec.
Oh yeah.
Okay. It's exhausting to plug something in without having to actually get up. Okay.
It's like stretch and reach and stretch and reach. Got it.
Listen, I have very short arms, you guys.
Oh my word. I'm built
Wait
like a
for me, I
T-Rex
have
over
short legs.
Oh, that was a good old classic show. 27 on the strength check is Flux rolls an 18 total for 27 on the boost. She roars out defiantly as she hears the crackling of the crystal beneath her mighty talons, and it breaks free. Pieces of shard of glass and electricity crackling through the air as the crystal loses its brilliant glow and hum, slowly turning off beneath your fingers. And I'll go ahead and clear the turn tracker, as that does remove any major danger. I'm gonna move Jillian. I'm just gonna move your mini over to here so people can physically see. Damn you, baby.
Sure.
So I'll move you over to here so people can physically see.
Sure.
Why'd you make her so big, John? Nah, I can't move her.
Because advantage.
All right.
Without hurting myself.
So the crystal now appears to be deactivated because if Flux is just standing there holding it for another 12 seconds, nothing happens. And I cleared the turn tracker. Bellamy will feel a very gentle tug on the back of her pant leg. Looking down, she'll see an exhausted Lulu looking up. Is it safe to come out now?
I think so, maybe?
She's like, oh, good. Just slowly walks her way forward.
Alright. Well, I did want to read what was written on these.
And as Alec and Nimbar make their way out, because I'm assuming you don't stay in there, do you?
Yeah. I'll
The door
forward.
behind you slowly closes, but worse, the gigantic cogwheel behind rises up, sealing your exit path out. Looks like there's no return now.
Oh, joy.
So, I think this is a good spot for us to break for lunch. Take a quick 15-minute break, come back at about 12:25.
yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta get some food. But I will say the crystal has been successfully deactivated for that little information. You can all work on your planning at this point. I know it's killing John to find out what these things say. But all that they say is push. Nothing more than that. I'll leave you with that information for the ones here and here with the identical commentation. Oh, there we go. My clicky wasn't working.
Okay. And the
As
other
for
one?
this one, it says river or slow. Nothing more than that. So we'll go on a quick break. Be back in about 15 minutes to get some food and have a good time.
All right.
And as usual, I'll pause the music and mute myself while I'm gone. See you all shortly.
See ya.
Have fun.
As you all find yourself standing in a room with a giant Flux holding a crystal like, yeah, this ain't nothing. And everyone's suddenly thinking, what's the most broken level 20 build I can make with my character?
Does the crystal still have any kind of magical glow to it, or is it gone inert?
Oh, it's inert at this point. You have effectively destroyed that aspect of the device. It no longer shoots electricity. I also ended the combat phase and put the clock back on to normal. And how long does that enlarge reduce last anyway? An hour?
A minute.
A minute. Oh yeah, that'd be worn off by now then. Flux would be shrinking down. Crystal still in hand.
I recast it.
Huh? You got it as a cantrip or something?
Yes. It's a signature spell.
Oh yeah.
And I don't think that's the actual... Sorry, spell mastery sword.
Yeah. Oh, no worries. I'm just having these.
So the answer is yes, it is a cantrip. But right before she shrinks, I recast it. You're just gonna stay large for now.
Once a minute.
Good. Only requirement is I need to stay within 30 feet of her. Or at least be within 30 feet of her once a minute. Obviously, if Flux doesn't want to be large, like, let me know and he can stop casting it. But
Oh, I mean, it's up to you. Like, I don't. It's not hurting me to be big right now.
yeah, I just feel like you having advantage on strength checks for the most part, probably going to be a good thing. So the 4 buttons on the top all say push, the one on the bottom say slow. Do we want to press any of the buttons?
And Flux wants to.
I think we have to. So, just so I'm remembering this right, Jade came through this door,
Correct?
and that's closed again or open?
Oh, he didn't.
It's closed.
He literally came through the door with a magical key.
One of the special abilities of the Infiltrator's key is once per day, I can touch a surface, and as long as it's no thicker than 5 feet, I can create a magical opening. It has a time limit, or until the key passes through, and then it just closes again.
He literally
I
uses it.
literally just went, I'm going through here.
You know what? I'm gonna have a little more fun. It says it makes an opening. It doesn't really define how, who, what, where, when. So you literally see a door appear in the door. Jade opens it, walks through like, "Hey, everybody!" Closes the door, dodges a lightning bolt.
Right. Okay.
It's like I wish Jade could be here right now. You called door slam.
God damn it! I wasted
Kramer.
I wasted 9th level spell.
Disintegrate.
No, you said I wish Jade was here. He's like, God damn it, I wasted a 9th level spell because Jade walks in. He made wish.
That would be. Imagine. Would that be possible? I know that's outside. Like, if you're not recreating a spell effect, that there's a 33% chance you won't be able to cast Wish ever again. But that seems so. Not non-game breaking. Would that trigger then?
Yes.
Anyway, that's amusing.
Yeah, even doing like the giving of resistance would triggers that.
Fair enough, I suppose.
That's why I try to use wish for spells.
John,
Oh, yeah.
At least another minute's gone by. Are you still casting in large?
I am.
Alright,
So, which push do we want to push, or do we want to push slow?
push slow.
I feel like push slow.
We're currently moving slow. I wonder if it would move even slower.
Or will it undo the slow and make it go fast?
It's a fair question.
Lulu drags herself over, breathing heavy as she flops down beside Jade, looks up at him slowly. Could I have my tea from your bag? Instead of going in and grabbing it for herself.
Oh, I will most definitely pull it out, pour it for her, and totally do the butler act for her.
Lulu gives a big smile, puts her hands on the one teacup and slowly takes a sip, just goes, oh, that tastes so good. As she enjoys the warmth.
Well, she does that, I press slow.
You tap your hand on top of the symbol, and smack it a couple times. Give it a punch, I don't know. Nothing seems to be happening, however.
Alright.
You notice it's not physically a button either. It's just a symbol carved directly into this feature.
Oh, maybe that's like just like a speed sign. Like this cog moves slow.
Now,
Could be.
as Nimbar is poking at it, everyone give me a perception check. Except Lulu.
Myself.
She's slurping her tea and she can't hear herself over it.
Myself included.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I hear absolutely nothing.
Jade is fairly confident he hears the sounds of a change in speed of the gears, but Alec, with a blasting 35, points towards the west and says, somewhere over that way.
I just rolled before I realized.
And
I'm
meanwhile,
so glad I rolled.
apparently Flux does not like the sound of Lulu sipping tea. That you know, that slurpy sound. I'm not going to put into great
That's
detail.
accurate. Jillian can't stand that either.
I try not to do these things due to trigger mechanisms. I learned that the hard way. But yeah, that's what Lulu's doing right now on her tea, very slowly and very casually, just tilting it back for a good 15 seconds. But yes, with 35, Alex able to pinpoint the sounds and twistings of gears, which he may question for a brief moment to himself, like, have I been gone from the woods so long that now machines sound like nature to me? That's not good. Because, man, you rolled a 30 bloody 5. So, to the west, you can hear the sounds of gears changing speed, slowing down. The clicking between them increasing.
I'll share that with the group. So that's
Well,
having an effect. Just
Not here. Well, that really grinds my gears.
it's a pun and a reference and a meme all at once.
Lulu looks up. You gotta be careful, buddy. That pun was too strong. I ain't got the HPs left for many more of those. Ho, ho, ho.
Okay.
What's that?
Go ahead.
I'm so sorry for interrupting. What's a druid's spellcasting?
We're
Wisdom.
talking about wisdom?
Wisdom. Yeah, thank you.
Are you thinking about being a druid?
Thinking about it.
Should we try pressing another button?
I will admit druids are fun, but a moon druid that can just shift forms like a mad machine is pretty overpowered. Yeah, definitely got a good new picture for Nimbar though, right here. Making things bigger.
Jesus, that takes me back.
Oh my god, 2013 or something like that, I think, for Laura.
I don't even know.
What is
I was on Tumblr at that time, so you know. I don't think I need to say anymore.
That's the Lorax, because they kept making everything bigger.
Oh.
So what's the plan now? Y'all testing it this time around.
I think we may want to push one of the push buttons.
Mm-hmm.
But that may be pushing it.
Which one?
Hey.
I don't know. Flex, which one do you want to push?
Oh, I'll reach over and push the first one and let the DM tell me which one I press.
This one right here.
Sure.
Flux leans over. Fulmnoxus extending a single finger and pushing directly on top with enough force that it's like, you know, almost looks like the full foot of someone else because she's been made so large. Taps a few times and says it's not a button.
I will share that with the group.
Quick, Alex. What did you Elven use here?
Give me a minute. Nothing, I don't think. Okay. Should we try the second push button?
We may be pushing it, but why not? I'm sorry, guys. These are getting bad even for me.
Man, you really
It's
put me
great.
on the hook. So it's this button next.
Sure.
You repeatedly tap the button and nothing seems to happen. And it's not a button.
Do you think that the next button is also not a button?
Oh, it's probably not a button.
Let's see if it's not a button.
It is not a button.
What do you think it means? Do you think we were supposed to push the gem in rather than pull it out? Who knows?
I can try putting it back in.
Oh,
If you guys want to clear out.
no! I would check the depression first before to see if
Oh,
there's
that's
any kind of
Ooh,
mechanism.
depression is big.
It's not a problem we can solve in this game, unfortunately. As the depression
Yeah.
is not something that can be overcome by a simple ruby orb.
The
Or
depression
crystal.
is strong with this one.
Yeah.
There is nothing of note, and unfortunately the crystal is too badly damaged to be placed back in. You literally tore it apart in the process of removing it. Big 25 requirement on that one, you know. Sort of thing you just can't normally get to without having, well, flux grade strength.
Okay. Well, I guess that leaves this last symbol to try. What does that one say?
Push.
Wait, that says push, and these all say push.
Yep.
That says slow.
Yep.
Okay. I guess we'll try press and push. Oh, 1, 2, 3. I think you had to push 3 times. It doesn't matter now.
Who's given a jump on this one?
I will.
I'm ready. I'll move Jade over. Oh, he's already moved Jade over, so I kind of biffed him. Secret tunnel. Try to ignore what you saw. You know how it goes. If you move someone and then they move themselves at the same time, the game's just like, add it together. It's like, you add too much stuff together. That's not how damage works. So,
I use feline swiftness. That's why I went that far and came back.
through the wall. Thicker than 5 feet, though, so you got stuck halfway. You are now half tabaxi, half stone. Gives you plus
So
2
I'm
strength, minus 2 constitution.
Where did you find the weed?
Oh, God. So, as you're chilling, and you tap on the button, repeatedly tapping it, you notice the crystal over here, the sparks coming from where it was left in. As you touch the button, they seem to disappear. As you release, they come back.
So then we do have to put the gem, push the gem in.
Well, the gem's broken. I think maybe as long as the push symbol is held, the sparks stop.
I'll push it, and Flux, you want to try touching one of the other 3?
Sure.
So long as Jade is on the first one, I will say, there's no sparks coming from where the crystal was.
Right. So it's like
And as Flux taps 1, 2, or number 3, whichever one she chooses to pick, nothing happens.
I really want to put that gem in, you guys.
Do it.
You guys should clear out, though. Me and Jay could stay in. Because Jade has evasion and I have lightning resistance. You all can clear out so you don't get hit by the chain lightning. And me and Jade can try to see if we can figure it out.
We've got
If
nowhere
it
to go,
doesn't,
though.
I'm still... Pardon?
It seems it's been set up in such a way that we can't get out of range of it.
Lulu's
Is it
But-
line of
stands
sight?
up. You hear popping from her joint. She's like, "Oh, I swear this is gonna be the death of me." And makes her way back this way. This way, everybody. It's just like bunker down in a corner with warm Lulu. And then flops over. Groaning.
Ember, do you still have tiny hut?
I do. It takes 11 minutes to set up, though. I mean, we can always skip the 10 minutes of it if you want. If we're in a rush, but...
It's your call. It's just an option if you guys want to make sure that you're safe. As long as everyone's on board with the replacing the gem plan. Because if it's just my idea, if I'm the only one who wants to do it, then I don't have to do it. I'm fine with, like, trying to break another door down if that's what we feel like we need to do.
I'm kind of curious about it.
We can try it, but I thought Alan just said it was too broken to put back.
Like
Did he?
lining the two broken pieces of an eggshell. You could line it back up and try to shove it in place and hold it there to see if anything happens.
Yeah, that'll be the plan.
So I will say, for your sake, as Jay's holding down the button and you want to try to get it in place, you managed to more or less fit it where it was. It's broken beyond repair, but nothing seems to happen.
Okay, so at least if we broke this part of the dungeon, it was my fault this time. I don't know what to do.
She'd give a bit of a wink at the party members near her. He'd say, "Oh, you hear that? The 2-for-0 versus dungeon. Ho ho ho! Oh, that hurt." Flops down a little.
Have we tried this door yet?
I don't think so.
That door is also part of the mechanisms and is sealed. Same with this one over here. Something along the lines of a chime of opening would not open those doors, as they are doors in the most loose description of the word. They definitely have to be slid out of place by machines moving, by things twisting.
Can I mechanically crank the machine without injuring myself?
Not to get the doors to move, no.
I honestly have no idea what to do. I'm gonna be honest with you, Alan. I don't know what to do. I have no other information that I can use to solve this puzzle. I don't know what to do.
So, okay, so the goal is to get one of the doors open by somehow turning the gears.
Yep. And normally I'd be more than willing to let you try a strength thing, but it's essentially the gigantic thing you're standing on that goes down hundreds of feet, so... Oof, I don't even know what a strength score you'd need to move that. Something in the thousands. Or be incredibly huge, one or the other.
Has that green gear that Jade's touched stopped glowing?
Yep. No changes to that since.
And did we ask about the symbols on the gears? Like,
Yeah.
do we know what do they mean anything?
One says slow, and it made gears to the west change speed. And then one says push, and well, then the others say push.
Okay. That's where we got that from. Okay.
All three say push.
It was probably this one took the power from the gem, the one I'm standing above. When you touched it, or pushed it, whatever you want to say it, probably took the power from the gem, put it into the system, and then activated the other ones.
Lulu looks up a bit, gives a bit of a squint, and tilts her head. Well, I might be able to give you an idea. I think I might have a thought, but I fear if I give it out, then 2 players are going to have to give up advantage. Their inspiration. DM will give you a hint for 2 points of inspiration.
I'll give up mine.
I don't have any inspiration to give up, or else I would.
Yeah, we used you for our freaking last week.
I'll give you a bardic inspiration. I don't have any regular.
Oh,
I can give up mine.
So, Dean and Nimbar, or Dean and Nimbar, shoot, look at that. Alec and Nimbar going to give up their points of inspiration for a direct hint from the DM.
Yep.
Yeah.
what one of you two? Would there be any negative effects if I gave up selfish inspiration for this?
Nope.
Okay, you guys keep your inspiration. I'm sitting on 2 points of selfish inspiration. I'll give those up.
Alright. As you give those up, Bellamy hears a communique from the gods who she's tried to reach out to for so many times. As you hear Death himself speak out to you one last time. I'm still feeling guilty over the swap around that I had to do the balance. The game, the cards that were dealt, so just keep in mind, 3 buttons say push. Not 1, 3.
Y'all, I think we gotta push all the buttons at the same time.
Alright. Nimbar will join the others to push one of the buttons.
So, Flux has one, Nimbar has the other. Who's going to push button number 3? Nade's pushed on button number 4, which seems to have turned the electrical crystal off.
I'll do it.
I would, but I'm at like half health. I don't know if I'd survive a hit from that lightning.
Alec walks
Oh, no
over,
worries.
gives a crack of his neck to either side, leans down, puts a hand on the button, and as you do, you hear gears beginning to spin and twist and turn in the walls. As the door to the northeast and the door to the far west both open, revealing places you may have already been, and places you may have already gone, and places you've already seen with Jade. For the rest of you, it's mostly new. However, the door to the west leads to another door. I feel like Kakashi here. Under the mask is another mask.
Okay, right.
You really masked that intention.
And if we take a hand off, it stops?
As you remove your hand, nothing happens. The doors remain open.
Okay. Did you see any other mechanisms in the other doors? Dan? Jade? Dan? Jade.
Jade, Dan, not much of a difference. One's a cat, one's not. That's about the big thing. There was a doorway I didn't go through, but we'd have to like dodge through gears to get to it, and one of those twisty arm things were down in the room I went into first.
Should we?
Oh, don't lift that the thingy over there. That's a toilet.
Good to know. Good to know. Should we try the twisty lever thing and see if it does anything? I don't think we've had one that works before.
Ooh, I want the jar. There's a jar in there that won't go in a bag of holding.
Interesting.
Lulu starts
Okay,
walking
cool.
towards the door, very slowly, looking like Eeyore. Nods at Jade. You can count on me, buddy. I'll throw it on my back for you. Ha ha. No flops.
Nimbar will pick up Lulu and continue on.
Lulu very sweaty. And poor little Nimbar, he's half soaked now. She's like, oh, thanks, buddy. It's so hot in here.
Is Lulu...
What are you talking about? She's all clean.
She's like, oh, my fluffy feathers, they don't smell of sweat no more. They're not heavy. Thanks, buddy. And she gives you a little head boop.
Is Lulu okay? Is she sick?
She doesn't like walking.
And she's hurt from the lightning bolt.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Alec is onto something. Give me a perception check. Just for Alec, though. As the DM been points out that, yes, throughout the entirety of this whole dungeon, Lulu's been getting more and more and more tired. She's at a level of exhaustion that's so bad, she now has a point of exhaustion.
Oh boy.
There might be something wrong with Lulu.
Okay. I'll
Give a medicine check if you wanted to look in closer.
yeah, I'll guide myself and I'll give her a quick once over.
With a 31 on your medicine check, you're going to want to toss me an Arcana check as well.
Oh, gee, well, I haven't used my guidance yet, so I'll probably save that for the Arcana check because I'm not very good at Arcana. Eek, okay.
You have advantage on the Arcana check, sorry.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
I
was
have
gonna
advantage. Okay, right. Well, I'll roll my d4 and then I'll roll another Arcana check.
I'll explain why there's advantage once I lay out what's going on.
Okay, that's
20.
fair. So that would be, yeah.
So 24 in your perception, you disagree with the rest of the party. You're like, no, actually something seems off with Lulu. And you walk over, and you give her the once over. You're like, say, let me see your tongue, behind the ears, sparkle in your eyes. Oh, this isn't good. Something seriously wrong with Lulu. And with a 21 on your Arcana check, you're able to determine that Lulu's very essence is being shaved away. In the same way that Bellamy teleports in and out of existence, it would appear that the shields, or whatever powers this world, is draining her very essence.
Oh no.
Fuck.
do not like. Stop.
Nope.
Okay. I don't know how to stop that.
No,
Can I-
but with a 21 on your Arcana, you also know you may want to start saying your goodbyes sooner than later. Lulu does not have long before everything that she is gone.
Excuse you?
No!
However, John, give me an Arcana check.
Well, I guess with guidance I got 23, but I don't think that's going to cut the mustard on making a difference. 32 sounds a bit more reasonable.
Because your character did good enough on their Arcana check to realize the same magics that were binding Bellamy, that allow her to step in and out of existence, means the same could be said for Lulu, even though she's disappearing now. If you can figure out how these barriers work, without a doubt, Nimbar knows with a 32 on an Arcana check, without a doubt. It's not destroying Lulu, it's turning her to raw magic. If you can figure out how the barriers work and how their powers work, you could save her.
Oh.
Not before you'll have to say goodbye, because the DM is not going to let you have a PC following you around at level 20. You'll have to do that one dungeon solo. Defeat the entire.
Let us put her somewhere. Don't just kill her.
She's not
Give
dying.
us another option.
I am literally putting her somewhere. She's going in digital magical storage like a freaking Digimon.
She's being uploaded to the cloud, so to speak. Okay. Alright.
Alan, you may want to be careful next week. Just saying after that loud groan.
Why do you think I'm bringing the cake? I take a
Alright,
bite. This
okay.
tastes funny, everybody. It's like, you killed Lulu. I did not kill Lulu. I temporarily removed her from the party. However, there is more to it than just the DM saying, oh, I gotta make Lulu disappear. I can say that much.
Bellamy, can you play that opening song again? I just want to see if it does anything to Lulu.
Like the charm of opening?
No.
The
Oh, I forgot you. I don't think you were here. So you remember you learned that song in the maze for the robot man? That's what we used to get in here.
Oh.
I just want to see if it, because it affected the shield magic. I wanted to see if it changes the effect on Lulu. See if it's tied
Yeah.
in some way.
Okay, I'll take out my violin and play the little song.
As you play through your music, and Lulu seems to appreciate it with a smile, give me a perception check.
Hmm.
A 13.
No, that was almost so good though. Shit.
With a 13, you're feeling oddly drained. Not enough to actually offset or change things for you. But you're feeling oddly drained slightly as well. Your Asimar senses seem to be what's anchoring you to the shields themselves. The very aspects that make your character somewhat celestial, angelic, etc. And with Nimbar already rolling a 31, and you getting better than 10 on a perception check to sort of point that out as you're playing, Nimbar, you come to realize something very important.
shield drains angelic beings.
All angelic energy is drained by the shields. Yep.
Oh.
That's why I've had Lulu slowly getting more and more and more tired with every step he took through Kintyre.
I wonder if it affects devils and demons as well.
As you're looking.
Well, it's a bit squirrely because he's technically a face spirit stuck in the form of an imp.
He just gives you an AOK symbol, like, no, I'm good, man, I'm good. He's not feeling anything.
The only reason I raised that question is because the apocalypse was hell and heaven, right?
Yeah.
So if this is shielded against angels, why wouldn't it be shielded against devils? Because we know who built it.
Lulu will give a light chuckle as she looks up, tilts her head to the side. Well, you know, actually, it kind of makes sense. If they figure a way to drain out the angels, that's probably the only way they were able to stand up against a massive army of angels sent to take this place out. I always wondered how they pulled that ace in the hole. I suppose now I know.
Man. Okay, well,
So the DM
we'll
has
fix it
decided
slowly.
that Lulu is being pulled from the party and put into the only form of truly safe storage he could think of. She's digitally uploaded to the shields in a few moments here. She will be part of the city, literally watching over you all as you make your journey with a smile on her face. But you've got to make the journey and you got to beat Kintyre, and the DM promises you 100%, no tricks, no nothing. You get to the core, you get to the center, you finish off all that, and you get to the end of this one, Lulu will be waiting for you. Because like
Lulu
John
just
said, I'm not
like
that crazy.
disappeared.
She's about to.
Meh. Bellamy starts crying.
Lulu give a light chuckle. Having traveled with you now for so long, she'll struggle herself off of Nimbar and up onto her feet for a second and smile and say, well, you know what? If I'm going to have to disappear for a little while, you all need to know something very important. I truly believe in each and every last one of you. Well, except you, Jade. Big smile hits Lulu's face. I believe in you the most, buddy. Ho 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 ho. One of the last things to go as her body turns to raw magical energy like a golden light, fading as it drifts into the air.
I'm definitely not crying, guys.
No, it's spelling me crying.
Lulu had to crack one last joke before she was put away. But, as said, rest assured, with that 31 that Nimbar rolled, I don't have to hang the, oh my god, what happened to Lulu over your head. I can actually say, no, she's stored digitally. Well, magically. You can figure out how those shields work, and how to tap into that power. You should be able to bring her back. But you cannot have any NPCs with you for level 20. You're gonna have to do this one solo.
Lulu. Well, fuck. Okay. On your feet. Get them up.
It's exactly like that scene.
Yeah.
I'm just laying on a rock, very dramatically crying.
Flex and Bellamy are Mary Pippin.
Yeah, yeah,
Bellamy's crying into Flex's lap.
yeah,
Give them a moment, for pity's sake.
yeah.
I wonder if I can find that. Anyway, okay, all right. Jade, there's an urn you were talking about. So over this way.
I left all the doors open, so you should be able to see it.
Right. Don't know why I'm going to like freaking. Okay. Is everyone off the gear? Or is there still people on it?
I'd probably just follow the group if we're all walking off.
Right. Because I think I would probably push this lever thing to get past it to look at the urn. I wouldn't want to like if it like has like an emergency brake or something. So I'll see what that does. Because I think in the above, the floor above, we figured out it manually turns and opens stuff. I just wondered if it would open.
So you're gonna give it a grab and give a twist?
Yeah.
Alright. You give it a push in one direction, and it does not move, of course. But when you pull back in the other direction, it does give. And that would require, you gotta plant your weight and go with it. But it's not anything crazy of an athletics checks. The machinations of this city still in incredible order. But you certainly can twist it free.
Okay. Guys, is the gear in the big gear, is it moving? Is it stopping?
As your character makes his way around and begins rotating, what you'd notice from the big gear room is that this door is beginning to open as he twists around. And everyone give me a perception check as that happens.
Sorry, which door was it?
This one. The
Okay.
one in the, what would that be?
Oh, and John,
Southwest.
I sent you a message too, just for more info on the stuff. With a 25 on perception for Jade, you think you hear another door opening somewhere at the same time. You're not sure where, but you heard it. 27 on or 17 on perception for Nimbar. No better off.
And does this mechanism come to a stop, or does it just keep going round and round?
You're just gonna twist it until it goes?
Until someone tells me to stop, because I can't see what's happening.
Eventually, the rod itself comes to a stop, and with a sudden oof, the door now completely open as well in this direction. You can see another large gear in the next room. However, this one isn't quite the same as the others. This one has two very large bladed hands that you're very much used to seeing, spinning at an exceptionally high speed.
Okay. Alright. We've been here before.
Let me put a dome on there so you know that it's spinning so you can see that.
Alright.
Beyond that, there's 3 glowing points of light. Small symbols, just like the other rooms, on the cogs as well.
No, I know you said this room, the gears were like up to the ceiling and such. How small the gap between the ground and the gears are there?
Like, you mean from the gear to the ceiling directly above it?
Sorry, my apologies. Top room up here.
There are no gaps.
No gaps. Okay.
You could almost call it some crazy Harry Potter shit with just gears flying through the air. That's the way to sort of typically imagine, but it's a gearbox room that's completely filled. They're completely twisting and turning and moving. There are so many of them with so many random ratios that you wouldn't be able to deduce when it would be safe to move through. You definitely see there's a pattern, but there are so many overlapping patterns. It would take weeks to figure out how they all work together.
Okay.
And also, I will say one other thing for the Lulu conundrum for the party. Today I'm going to lean in and say, if you try to figure out a way to bring Lulu back early, how safe is she with all of you? Because I almost killed her with one hit a few minutes ago from a trap. This is entirely fourth wall breaking knowledge, you know?
I can see what you're doing.
Why do you give us these things? Only to hurt us with them later? Why?
It hurts so bad.
Why do you
if
do
you all
that?
killed Lulu going through the dungeon, you'd hurt me the most, okay? I had to do it for my own safety.
Fair.
You put her with us! You put all of our NPCs away somewhere we don't know where they are. I don't really care too much, but you picked Lulu to come with us. That was your choice, Alan.
Lulu's been with you forever. She's like, I'm gonna keep hanging out with y'all. Zariel's going with them. I like you. You're all cool. And the party's like, you heal 70 HP a drop. She's like, I do. Look at me bring Nimbar back on his feet. It's partially because I want you all sailing level 20 solo without any help from any NPCs, of course. But honestly, if y'all killed Lulu down in there, I'd be heartbroken. I had to do it. I had to.
You couldn't.
Now, as I said, like I said, if you have a way to protect Lulu, well, there might be a different way to bring Lulu back. I just didn't mention it to everybody. But you had a way to protect her. That's the thing.
I know. She could have just went. She didn't have to be with us. I'm in denial. I'm in the denial stage of grief. Okay.
Just stay in that for the entire dungeon. You'll have a good time at the end. I know I pull sneaky tricks and all that, but my promise is 100% severe. You make it to the end, Lulu be waiting for you. She got
I'll be waiting.
However, in character, my god, have fun with it. I just took Lulu away.
That's why Alec moved on. He's just building back up the walls. Build the walls high, build them strong.
Lulu's come back be like a wrecking ball. Smash. So then, what is your plans now? You do have a room full of gears with a locked door in front of it at the end, and a super fast spinning gear this way. Well, the gear's not spinning super fast, but those blades, ooh, like a blender.
This, well, the only thing we've got left to do is there is still the jar that I think Jade wants to look at, but we could do that before we pick a direction.
Now you could take the time to identify the jar, straight up.
Did you interact with it at all, or you just tried to?
Yeah,
put it in the bag
I picked it up and tried to put it in a bag of holding, and it wouldn't go.
Did you open it?
I'm crazy, not stupid.
Dean, come out of the room
Fair
for
point.
me.
Okay. Oh, okay. I didn't really try to move through the wall foundry. Calm down.
He's like, you may not.
I would like to open the jar.
No trouble. Opens the lid off of it. It's empty inside, slightly cooler on the inside than on the outside, but nothing really that stands out.
Maybe it's a jar of holding.
Why was I teleported to it when I grabbed the cog?
Is there something small and loose that we could put in the jar? Just hanging around it?
Alec hands you a finger bone of the dead body.
Alright, the mage hand will come pick it up and take it and put it in the jar.
Just like, no questions. Here we go. Some people got to get some cool with some things real quick.
Yeah, and then...
No trouble. Goes in the jar. Holds it.
Does it make like a ping sound as it hits the bottom?
Oh, yeah.
Like, okay.
Oh, actually, I can also have this over here so I can actually see what we're doing. See into the jar. Okay, and then I close the lid with the finger still in the jar. And then...
Oh, do you want to see if it...
I open it. The finger is still there.
It's giving you the finger. Yep, still there.
Yeah, I was curious if the closing of it would have triggered the thing.
You're clever.
Oh,
Clap for
okay.
that.
Maybe it's a one-way... what are they called in Harry Potter?
Oh, the
Porky.
Portkey. Yeah, that's it.
Don't be so silly, Dean. Porkies are one way anyway.
I'm going to close it.
Sorry, a one-use portkey.
I have to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Yep.
I'm going to close it. Guys, what's the magic words? Abracadabra? Open? No. Close it.
Angelicus Begonicus. Too soon?
Unreal.
I can't believe you.
I'm not allowed to make those jokes. I already pushed my luck.
No, you're not.
Well, that's how I deal with my emotions, by driving everyone away.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, Nimbar's going to go over and start casting Identify as a ritual.
10-minute wait ritual, is it?
10 minutes plus cast time of 1 minute, so 11 minute total.
Shall I skip 11 minutes time?
Sure.
Yeah.
Blip, blip, and an extra minute. You have identified it as essentially as is predicted. The emerald vase is directly connected to the emerald cog. The emerald cog and it are linked in that if you touch the emerald cog, you will be teleported to the emerald vase. Only if the emerald cog has a charge, which it picks up absently from the natural magical energies of this world. It takes a week for it to recharge.
I will let the others know.
However, you're pretty sure the distance that it would teleport doesn't seem to be limited. Mostly because there's no limits on the notes for the map, so that's what I'm going with. Oh yeah, by the way, for the second floor onward, I'm using the actual dungeon notes entirely. That wasn't me saying you have to tramp on all 3, that's the rules. And I kind of liked it too. Very straightforward and simple.
Shut up.
Hey, the straightforward and simplest solution is always the absolute hardest to find. Always.
Hence the shut up.
I mean, could you imagine if it was more complicated? It would take like 6 hours to solve a single room. That's no fun. So when I say straightforward and simple, I mean for a level 19 party to jump on and try to figure out.
Couldn't we have just polymorphed Lulu and then made her not an angelic?
You polymorph into a beast, but I don't know if you fundamentally become a beast. That would be like true polymorph.
I mean, I could do that.
Ooh, look at me, the wizard! Ooh!
True polymorph, 9th level transformation. One creature, not a magical object.
Yeah, currently it's not prepared though. It's the only problem.
I have a question. If I was to look in this room here, the spinny gears of death room, can I see an off switch?
Nothing that stands out, no. This room appears to be fundamental for the functioning construction of how this unit and building area works. In fact...
So if I destroy it, it may be a problem.
Well, that's the thing.
Probably.
Games, you're not sure you could. They don't show any signs of wear, damage, or tear. So they're either nigh indestructible or can rebuild themselves.
Alright.
Legendary
we don't
Floating
know.
City, what's to be expected, right?
Yeah, we don't know what's over here.
Just a door.
Right.
Not a jar, a door.
Is that the locked door that was discussed earlier?
We don't know. Jade had not made his way over to there.
Okay. So Jade went to this side of the room? Where the chest is?
Yep. Found a compass that always points to the North Star.
Cool.
So, I can get there and try and figure out the door. Did we want me to try it?
You gonna Misty Step or something?
Misty Step. I will have to take like a 5-foot step in, but...
Right. It's up to you. He's gone.
Oh, I moved.
Yeah, I was gonna say, apparently I'm doing... Yeah, no,
If that's your intent.
Yeah. More or less, I'm seeing if anyone has anything they would like to try first. If not, I'm willing to try that. We did find this room, and we haven't really looked at this room yet.
Oh,
but I don't feel like fighting with spinning blades.
Yeah, I would be in favor of exploring the side path before the spinny blades. We don't have a good track record with them, just as of yet.
Alright.
What happened? We broke it again.
All right.
Could I have tapped him to give him guidance before he disappeared?
One guided gnome later.
Alright. I'm not good, so I'm just gonna try and open the door.
As you reach up and put hands on the mechanics, they are in fact unlocked. Feel free to open it. As you see another door in front of you.
Oh my god!
Fully open as well.
Oh.
But definitely one of the mechanical large doors for sure. And again, hands that spin, the bladed aspects, spinning round and round they go.
Is that a book?
The ceiling here is about 15 foot tall, and it does indeed look like a large spell book in perfect shape beneath the spinning blades. You also see two sigils sitting on the floor, one over here and one over here.
Those look like the other ones.
The stop sign.
On top of that,
No, those were the push.
a third
Oh, the
sigil
push.
in the middle shines brightly against the darkness.
Can I mage hand that book?
Yeah.
Does Nimbar shout back what he's seeing?
Oh, I see a book. I'm getting the book first.
Okay.
And then,
Right.
because
Let me know when you describe the blades to us.
Yeah. Does the book get to me?
No trouble. You pick that one up and you're able to spin it around, bring it over.
I'm gonna start yelling back as I kind of flip through the pages.
All right.
So you guys hear me a little bit distracted as I'm describing the room.
I'm
It's
going
full of a
to.
whole bunch of stuff. I'll send you a link, John, with that in it as well. It's the Harmonious Book. Don't read. Literally, that's what it's called. I put a direct link to John. I'll put it in the handouts as well.
100% I read.
Full of spells. You know how it works to try to get spells from one spell book to another and how much time it's going to take. Time not being something on your hands anymore. I say as your character stands in front of a clock.
I could do this in seconds. I mean minutes, but
Oh yeah. But I did a random spell book and just threw it up there for you. Surprisingly, Wish was in that book too. Look at that, along with Gate and a few other fun ones.
I just don't know if there's anything I need.
That's the problem with being high level. I do a random assortment of the best, and you're like, I got some. My deck don't need those cards, man.
Alec will shout that he's going to go press the slow button, and he's going to go tap the slow thing, and wants to see if any of those stuff in the room if this room changes, because that's west of where we were.
Yep. As you walk over and stand up on the button, and you say, hey, I'm going to stand on this button and see what happens, and you hear the gears slowly begin to move less quickly. You do, in fact, notice that the hands over this way slowly stop. No change to the other room, however.
So my room is still spinning normally.
Yep.
This one is slow.
This one's completely stopped at the moment.
Okay.
Huh. Okay. I'll shout that out, and then should we try pressing these 3 buttons while the blades are stopped?
Are they buttons,
They look
or
like,
are they just lights that we need to point the hands at?
then it would be 3.
Yes, but 2 of them pointing at one thing would do something. 2 of them pointing at something else would do something different.
I give it a try.
Alright, so who's gonna go play around with the buttons, or you're gonna let get off the button so it spins, try to get at the time so they line up?
I'll do that because that sounds like a dexterity-based thing.
Oh, this is mostly a time-based thing. It'll add about 5 minutes to the clock, and you can do that.
I'm happy to just start doing it.
Since
I
they
got
move up
this.
slowly and then slow back down, there's not much of a dexterity challenge to it. So I'll add
It's
5
like-
minutes as you line them up.
It's like a timing thing, like try to aim like one of those spinners.
Nothing happens.
Okay, didn't work.
However, since Alec is staring so intently in that room and is the closest person to it, give me a perception check. Watching the hands spin up and slow down repeatedly. Does your character notice?
Sad.
With a 20. You do in fact notice that at the very top of those spinning hands, there's a center dais, and it looks like it can be opened. Though, since you have it stopped, I'll turn the light off.
All right, I'll inform Jade of the center bit, and I'll just to see if it works. Go melon. No, okay.
Sorry, Gandalf.
Well, while he has the hand stopped, I'll go in and try and open it.
It is quite firmly locked.
I will unlock it.
Alright. While going in, are you interacting with those green dots?
No.
Alright. 35 is more than enough to unlock it as it pops open. Inside, you find a levitation rod with 3 uses remaining, and an ornate clockwork music box that, when used, will cast the sleep spell once per day. I'll throw those in the handouts as well.
Okay.
Beyond that, there is a locked door across the hall in this room. And there's also the whole cogwheel thingy up here that Nimbar was still working on, where a door awaits across his hall as well, along with one here. Though he has grabbed the spell book that was on the floor.
Because, yes.
The northern green light. I'll go try interacting with that.
As you walk forward, and you press a hand down, you see plants suddenly flying forward from it. Vines covered in thorns, twisting and twisting as they make their way to grab you. Give me a dex save.
Bad plants.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was actually a strength saving score, not dexterity save. I misread Entangle wrong. It's strength based. Hey, you still roll a damn 18 on it. Look at that. Jade breaks himself free at the last second, getting out of there. And the grasping weeds flick around, turning the area there where you once were, and I'm just going to move your character 5 foot back, into difficult terrain before wearing off after a few more seconds. It would appear the green dot summoned the vines to do the entangle spell.
Which would have been really bad if that blades was spinning.
Yeah.
DM taps the side of his nose. Really likes the person who made this map.
So I wonder if the oh, that's just a regular door here.
Regular
Okay.
door across the way.
I'll just stand on the slow thing until someone tells me that it's okay to move.
Do you want me to try the other buttons, or should I just go open the door?
I think that it's like a psychological thing. We press 3 buttons in the big room, so we would think we press the 3 buttons in this room, 3 of us would get trapped and chopped to pieces.
Vendorized.
So probably just try the door, I guess.
Jade's gonna sneak his way over.
Check for traps.
Alright, you go ahead. Give a roll. Do that stealth roll. Oh, look at that. Nat 20, 38 total. Dang. There are no traps on the door. However, there are no locking mechanisms as well either. The door looks like it would just simply open, but it is firmly shut. However, you read a book earlier that has you thinking, so give me an Arcana check.
Oh my god.
With a 23 on your Arcana check.
Oh, I thought that was another crit. I saw the green.
Oh god. No thank you, but still, 23 is still a victory. Not a full victory, but enough for you to realize that this is the door the person was referencing in their journal, in that it would take spell slots of some amount to unlock this door. Actual spell slots from a caster.
Is there any way for me to figure out what spell slots?
Some combination, but not with a 23 on Arcana. You need to break higher than that. But you're able to deduce that it would take spell slots to open up the door.
Out of curiosity, I'm going to come and touch this green button. See what it does.
Strength save. Same thing. You're getting entanglement again. You are now stuck. Restrained by the entangling plants. You can try repeated strength checks, but after about 4, the plant would naturally break apart anyway as the spell ended. But
You want
answer
to
your
press...
question- Oh, sorry.
Sorry. I was just going to say, you want to press the third one, don't you?
Actually, I'm just going to walk over and ignore the restrain because I'm wearing a ring of free action.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
And then just touch the other one.
Let me just double check on the ring of free action.
Magic cannot restrain.
That was the big thing, making sure it was magic. I mean, the plants are plants, not magic, but they're magical plants, so you know. Definitely no problem. Trigger the next one, make your way through it, no trouble. All 3 have the same effect.
Okay, there goes that idea. I thought maybe touch the 3 and it would give me the 3 different spells, giving me the spell slots.
Nah, just traps.
I explained to them about the spell slots to open that, but I don't know what. Probably need Nimbar to look at it.
I think he's reading.
So Nimbar can't respond, but he's actually listening in to you guys.
Nimbar's slowly making his way back now.
Not quite.
Oh, because you're by there by yourself, because
Yeah.
none of us are able to get through the gears. I mean, I could...
One of you could try to get there, but...
I can Misty Step over,
yeah.
but...
Well, yeah. Let's just wait, because, like...
Yeah, because the actual trap mechanism on this bit, I can get there. I don't know if I'd be very equipped to...
Yeah. Can I mage hand to open this door?
Nope.
I mean, I can try, but it doesn't
They're
work.
the slidey walls. They don't open.
Oh, okay. If I use a mage hand to push down here, I assume nothing happens.
As you float the mage hand over and push down on that, this door opens up.
Oh, nice. And if I push this one?
As you float over that one and push, one of the spinning hands stops moving.
Okay. And then this.
Absolutely nothing happens.
Okay. Well, I got this door open for us, guys.
Alright, cool. That means we can help.
Yeah.
That's a very fancy hand, though.
Isn't it?
And there's 4 hands, which I don't know how common clockwork is in Forgotten Realms, but do clocks ever have 4 hands?
God, I hope not.
I have to hand it to you asking the type of questions.
I tip my hat to you. That's a good one. Oh shit, that's not a pun that works.
Come on, Alan, we're on the clock. You gotta keep up with it.
Just tick them all off.
Dude, I'm salaried. Oh my. So there's the mystery of this room, and
That-
one door down this way.
Do you think that the fancy hand points to whatever door that button will unlock or open?
Is the fancy hand moving?
It is moving. It's not specifically pointing at the door that opened.
Oh, okay.
It was a good thought.
Are the hands in this room moving fast enough to hurt people like they did in the Entangle room?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
they're little fan blades at this point.
Oh boy.
All right.
Is this center point here big enough to stand on?
Yep.
I wonder if you have to get there and press that by hand.
All right. Well, let's try this then. Actually, Jade, did you want to try, or do you want me to mage hand myself over? Try to mage hand myself over.
For me to get over there, it's either a dimension door, or I just go along the ceiling, get above it, and drop down on top of it.
Yep.
That seems probably the easiest. Just crawl along the ceiling.
Before you do press the button, no, you should check and see if the center point raises at all, in case it tries to squash you. But it might be tricky. Well, it was just a thought. I'm suspicious of the suddenly high ceiling.
So Jade.
Yeah. No. I'm kind of suspicious of the ceiling now, too.
How high is it?
Just like
15
10 foot.
feet.
10, 15.
Oh,
Oh, okay. And that's suspiciously high?
Everything else in here has only been, like, high enough we can walk through.
Hmm.
I will admit there's a 5-foot raised podium in the middle, that spot where everything's coming out from, and then the ceiling itself above it. So I gave another 5 foot, so it's 15 feet high.
I mean, I could be overthinking it, but it's just enough room for like a piston to slam up.
Oh god.
But maybe.
Alright, I'll do it. I'll go across the ceiling and then drop down in the middle.
No
Oh,
problem.
boy.
Make it there without any trouble walking across that ceiling like a pro. You're thinking, well, geez, I should have trusted the DM. There certainly wasn't any give me a con save.
Oof.
And yet.
Alright, you pass with a 20 as Jade lands. The previous energies that were in this room bonded together, holding the weary cries, as the memories of another adventurer who was trapped here suddenly assault you. The pain and torment that they went through before they ended up losing their own life to the blades below, trying to solve this wreck of a room, running from button to button, pushing one then the other, then double tapping it, running back, doing everything, the insanity, the craze of it all, for a few moments. But just for a few moments. The effect fades and you're standing there just fine. So go ahead, I'll move Jade and I'll use my DM powers so he doesn't have to follow the grid snapping. Oh my god. Blasphemy. It's like parking a car in 2 spots instead of just 1, or all 4.
Oh, well, Jade would need to be a pickup truck to do that.
Oh no. See, Jade is chaos, so he'd use a smart car to do that.
Oh my god. Mark a diagonal. So Jade's
What was that?
standing on the middle button, and nothing happening.
So, the blades have stopped, or they continue
no.
to spin and nothing else is...
Nothing else has happened. They're spinning.
Right.
Maybe we have to push the other ones at the same time.
Bellamy, do you want to mage hand one? I'll mage hand the other.
Let me make sure I have mage hand real quick. Yep, I will do that.
Alright. 2 mage hands float through the air as both of you shoot off one of the best spells in D&D, let's be honest here. They push down on the buttons together in unison, and with all 3 being pushed, the door to the southwest opens, revealing another door. But this one, a cogwheel door. I'll move Jade just so you all can see it. That one right there. I'll bring him
Okay.
over here.
Now, is the thingy spinning?
The blades themselves?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're still going. But all the doors are open now. With the exception of this door over here, and this door over here.
Alright. I would like to reduce person myself and mage hand myself like over to here. You want concentration, correct?
You may want to just walk it.
Oh, the blades stopped now?
They're not quite to the very outside edge of the cog if you want to stay around the outside edge. They're mostly to catch up. So you may
Right.
want to just
Okay.
walk it and take your time.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, absolutely. If I can do that, no problem.
My god, if
Yes.
you failed a con save, fell, and then failed your dex save, slipped, and then hit a blade, and fell, and flipped down, and fell, and died, I'd be like, so, what character are you making for level 20?
uh,
Oh my.
I would actually just poke my head out and go, let's do this.
So you'd have no trouble getting to this spot. Traversing this small area outside isn't too much of an issue. It's when you just walk in on it. At least that's what I'll say. I know it looks like that big hand's gonna catch you, but maybe you're too short for it.
Alright. Okay, so in that case, I will then make my way... Because, Dean, you're still doing the stopping these ones, right?
Yep. Until someone tells me to move, I'm doing a thing.
So I will then like move over here to check, see if I can tell what spell slots it needs.
Give that Arcana check. With a 26, you are uncertain. You don't think a way to take too many, but you're not sure how many it would take.
Don't think it would take
And just to
too
confirm,
many.
I cast Reduce Person on it.
Reduce person on the door.
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
I try and give up this spell slot to it.
Oh, what level's reduce person?
2.
Alrighty.
But again, like I can technically cast that any number of times, so I don't know if it counts or not.
The notes say X number of spell slots are required, so...
So I just give up a couple reduced person?
Do you mean spell slots as in spell level or actual spell slots?
That's a good question.
I cast it a couple times to see if it works.
Magically sealed door, 4 spell slots to open. Since it's not costing you any slots, nothing happens. The DM's going mean on this one. He gonna make you pay.
So does that mean like 4 first level or 1 4th level?
I think it's like...
Shit.
Well, I'm trying to figure out like their
Either
because
or.
their wording sounds strange, but
4
more...
spell slots. That would be of any combination of any levels. So if you cast a 5th level, that would certainly do it too.
Right.
1 4th,
Okay.
3rd, and a 1, 2 2s. You know.
It's like the ghost thing all over again.
It's a trap to stop Jade from actually doing it.
It's a cheap way to make wizards lose spells. And what's that, Courtney?
My map crapped out again, so I'm just rolling with no map for the rest of the game.
Alrighty. Well, we don't got too much time left anyway, so that's okay.
Yeah, I wasn't too worried about it. I just wanted to let you guys know.
Pretty much once you open either door.
has it like gone grey on you, or what?
No, it went back to like just the big dragon picture, so I reloaded and then it gave me the error message again with the GL, and I'm like, I'm not doing this at 2:15.
I'll keep
Damn.
on. You know what I'll do? I'm gonna go to the off-topics pictures, and I'm going to do a quick alt screen for you. Everyone else try to avoid looking because I'm trying to just show the edges of what you've seen so far.
Here, wait. Just let me do this instead.
Oh yeah, you do it for me.
I'm just going to go live, and then Bellamy can just follow along with me.
Sweet. Give a watch on John's stream so you can see it, and it'll come through nice and pretty.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Thanks, John.
Not a problem. That way, if anything changes, you can see it as well.
As mentioned, there's a door here, and there's a door over here where Nimbar's at, and Nimbar's burning spell slots by the look of things, maybe to open it.
No. I tried the free spells.
Freeze don't count. You can tell
can
the
confirm
door did not absorb them.
Yeah.
What's the distance you can jump again?
Like 10 feet without a run up. 10 feet plus your strength. I don't. Something like that.
You need a 10-foot for running space to get a running start. Without the running start, the number is halved. Like at 15 strength, you get like a 7-foot jump from no start. It's all based off your strength score. So let me take a look here. I haven't seen someone do a jump in a while. 3 plus your strength is how high up in the air you can jump. For the long jump, your strength score is how far you can jump. If you move at least 10 feet immediately before the jump. When you make a standing long jump, you can only leave half that distance. So you can jump a total of 10 foot or 5 foot, but you have to take a 10-foot run to get the 10 foot. If you're talking about jumping straight up, it's a number of feet equal to 3 plus your strength modifier. So that's a +2. So that's 5 foot in the air you can jump. You're 5 foot up right now. That'll bring you to 10 foot.
And I get plus something because of being tabaxi.
Your jump height?
I have to look it up. Hang on.
I don't see anything but jumping.
Feline agility doubles your speed.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have the ring of jumping or something like that, so you can make a jump spell on yourself. But there aren't too many ways to increase your jump off the get-go in the base.
So do we have any spells pumped into that door?
Nothing yet.
Not currently.
Not yet.
Okay.
We're waiting on. Well, it's tricky. We're waiting on Nimber to figure it out, but we kind of know how to get in there, so we're just trying
Yeah.
to wrestle with how we come to it.
More or less, we have to give up 4 levels of spell.
Mhm.
And who wants to do that?
What's your spell slots at? What's your spell slot situation here, Nimber?
20333211.
Okay, I think I followed that. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 1,
And while
1,
they're calculating, you got away
1,
off your pedestal?
1.
Yep. I'll just dimension door.
Alright. You dimension door to the door.
Same thing, it needs the spell slots.
You giving this one a check? Feel free, give it a
Yep.
roll. What are you checking for?
I want to see if it's locked first.
Alright. So you reach a hand out and give it a grab.
Yeah.
The door is not locked and you have no trouble sliding it open, revealing a very small room and what appears to be a very, very large and deep hole. And as you slide the door open and look in, you can hear gears grinding and the ground beginning to rumble.
Uh-oh.
I'll call out to everyone else that I opened this door.
Alright. In that case, I will make my way back down.
Nimbar making his way downtown, chips along his heels. I finally got him with one.
Oh, I was like about to say it myself, so.
As mentioned, you'll all have no trouble getting through that small space. Is Flux still gigantic?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna reduce your token back to normal, Jillian.
Okay.
I mean, sorry. Still gigantic in presence.
So, in this
Can I
room- Yeah?
Can I stand off the slow thing now?
No, you're stuck there for the rest of the dungeon, actually.
Fair enough.
I'm kidding.
So in that room, go ahead and place all of your characters inside of there, where you'd be.
Okay.
Someone drop Bellamy in there for me.
Yeah, I got you.
Thanks.
Actually, I'll run you through the wall. I'll use DM powers activate. Woof! There we go. In she goes. Perfectly.
Jillian, where would Flux be?
Great question.
I'll save you the steps through all the areas, and I'll throw you through the walls as well to the back corner here. You wanna feel free to place your mini wherever she'd like to go.
Is Alec opening that door there?
No, I've just came through it.
This door is quite locked. This one is quite open. And I will say, for what's happening, bad things are coming from the pit, without a doubt. You've basically got the moments to walk into the room and say, oh hell. So feel free to position your minis wherever you'd like to have them.
I think. Okay. Is there like a certain line we shouldn't cross, or?
Essentially, just into the room there. I doubt you'd want to get too much closer to a giant pit.
Okay. Right. I'm happy there.
And as you all walk in, as the door slides back and Jade walks in, the cutscene FMV kicks in, essentially. All you walk into the room as the floor trembles. The shaft is in fact an elevator, a platform lifting up. What stands atop it, however, might bring back memories. Remember a very long time ago, I brought this up the other week for good reason, that you met with a gigantic construct stuck in a hole, badly damaged and completely worn out?
This one's not.
Crafted from all of the races known, as the platform slowly lifts up to a beast of one of Kintyre's juggernauts, standing on the platform in front of you.
Oh my god. What does that even look like?
This.
Wow.
That's actually really cool. I like it.
It's cool.
Cool, but very, very scary.
It looks towards the groups, and with a mechanical howl, you'll have to fight it next week.
Ah!
Well, not next week, 2 weeks from now. Because, next week we're all going to have a good time.
Yee.
I'm really excited for that game. But that's a perfect place for us to quit for the week, as you're all about to jump into a battle.
Oh, speaking of next week, Courtney asked me a really good question. She asked how we were doing ability scores. Just point by is fine.
Oh, fudge. I didn't even think. I used point by for mine because I'm so used to point by. I love point by.
Yeah, I usually default to point by unless, I ask, but I think it's definitely worth stating that I was intending to do point by. Rolled can be fun, but it can also make it really unbalanced, so.
My first D&D character, we got to roll 4d6 7 times and throw out the lowest roll, and throw out the lowest, so you had 6 really powerful stats. I got all 18s.
Nice.
I was so overpowered.
Did you cheat?
Broken. I did not. Everyone at the table was cheering as I got onto my last roll, and I pop up another. I got like a 15 or a 14 on one of the rolls, and every other roll was an 18, and everyone's like, the odds of that are so bad. And I'm like, well, when you're letting me roll 4 or 5 d6 and I get to throw a full set away, pretty good, actually.
Yeah, all my rolled characters I've rolled ridiculously well for, so.
I do not.
No, me neither. I rolled stats for a character and I got 2 points above what the average standard array would be.
Okay. Alan, would you mind generating me a character sheet on one of the campaigns so I could make a character for D&D Beyond? Thank you.
We'll throw one on there. Use the same link for the Conqueror of Avernus. That should work.
Yeah, you should be able to just add a new or create a blank one.
All right, perfect.
If it
That'll
gives
work.
you trouble, let me know. I'll make a custom link and send it your way. I'm just taking a moment here to fill in. There we go. That way we know that hole's actually covered for this fight, the one underneath the big bad. And you'll get to fight a Kintyre Juggernaut at maximum power, no wear, no damage. It was a nice fight the last time we took it on. I made sure of that. Dean.
Well, I mean, we've got a flux.
Oh my word! That picture of Juggernaut not Juggernaut, Iron Man, Hulkbuster beating down on the Hulk with the punch. Go to sleep. Yeah, it kind of works like that. You might want to re-enlarge Flux, bring it up to par, because it's one of the few enemies that towers over. And even then, it's a stretch, because 7 foot or something crazy like that. Oh my god.
Oh boy.
I will give you all the spoilers that only one floor remains in Routing Station Gamma. Finish this big bad of a fight, and it's going to be the last major fight of level 19. Keep that in mind as well.
No, just I'm gonna make assumptions here, guys. I'm gonna guess it's like this type of shape for the floor.
John's highlighting the whole area that hasn't been discovered yet on the map.
Yeah, it's like a big C, right?
Oh yeah.
And at least we got through this floor without
Without breaking everything?
quote unquote.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
the one thing we did, yeah, we broke the laser beam, which didn't seem to be too bad of a thing to break,
Nope.
and we skipped the spinning room of death.
And I finally got to use up Jade's selfish inspiration. I feel so proud of myself.
Alan's like, I see this as an absolute win.
Oh, totally. The thing was, if he ever used one of them, now that they are impossible to obtain. That's right, Dan, you just used the mega elixirs midway through a Final Fantasy game because you knew you had to. I clap for you, my friend, I clap for you. I'll give you a point of inspiration, do with it as you will, for using up both of the selfish inspirations. Because if you had ever used either of those points of selfish inspiration in any situation, I would have went out of my way to make sure every other party member got a down point in that situation, that they would have got somehow screwed over, whether it was damage, disadvantage, something of the sort. You would have sucked all of the energy to switch the things around, essentially. That was the point of them, because they're selfish to have and to use. But you used it in the only selfless way you could think. Well done. Clap, 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 clap.
That also blows something else I've earned away.
What's that?
One of the last game or the game before, I earned the right to use 1 point of selfish inspiration without any penalties.
Yep.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I can't use that now because I've blown away all my selfish inspiration.
They're completely gone. No longer existing in the campaign since you're no longer in hell. The 20th level campaign, I'm going to even put flying back on the radar. You'll be allowed to. You'll have full access to everything. Don't expect anyone to have any of your abilities, skills, or etc. nerfed.
So exciting.
But I already have regular inspiration, so whoever needs it can have it.
Flux, I think you're the only one who doesn't.
Then Courtney said she didn't have it either.
Oh.
Yeah, I always forget to use it. By all means, if you want it, you can absolutely have it.
Flux does tend to use it more than like everyone else combined.
Yeah, I always forget about it and literally never use it, so it would probably go to waste if I take
Why
it.
have a resource if you're not going to use it?
I know.
Because if I use it now, what if I really need it later on?
I don't use a lot of resources because it could mean that you die.
Yeah, like if I
I'm
use
very
a resource
willy-nilly.
if I use a resource right now, I might need it later on more. I've actually burned through a lot of resources during this dungeon, apparently.
Oof. Yeah, I'm very tempted, but part of me wants to just stick with a level 20 druid just to see it through to the end. But I'm very tempted by your offer, Alan.
Do you become a moon druid?
I could become a moon druid, but who isn't a moon druid? I would just be constantly going about as an elemental, I guess, because that's seeing wild shape is one of them. But decisions.
I'm gonna run, guys. I gotta go dye my hair. So,
Well, you have fun with your therapy.
Well,
thank you.
as you're going, I'm going to say one
John
thing.
gets it.
For taking
Yeah.
care
Yeah.
of Lulu for as long as you all did, and for being so kind to her and giving her such a wonderful send-off and giving me such a fun NPC to play. Lulu's parting has left you all with a blessing.
Oh.
The blessing of fleetness of foot. You add 5 to your foot to your walking speed, and any other speed you have. If you use your action to take the dash action, you now triple your movement instead of doubling it, and you may use your reaction to impose disadvantage on an attack of opportunity against you, possibly making it miss. You may choose to use this after it's determined if the attack hits or not, but before the damage is rolled. So you can use it even after I've clipped you once. Lulu's parting gift, a chance for the party to get themselves out of trouble one last time from her power.
Jesus, that's awesome.
But do we?
I was going to say, do we have to pick our blessing? Or does it stack?
This stacks with what you've already have.
Oh.
Oh my
Because
goodness.
this is Lulu's blessing of fleetness of You took an NPC with 38 health who was constantly saying, I will travel along with you, and then constantly getting basically knocked through a wall, standing back up and giggling it off. And we had an awesome time playing with her to the point that she's probably my personal favorite NPC I've ever put in a D&D game. I'm like tempted to do Conqueror of Avernus again just to run her one more time.
Just like Dusty or something in here.
I would totally play if you do run it again because I didn't get to play it.
It's a hell of a campaign. Oh my word, from start to finish, there's no mercy on that campaign, and it has such a kind, nice ending if you run that way. Which I sort of circumvented to the party at the end of this one, as you all recall. It was a good time.
Just housekeeping. Is there a way we can add that blessing?
I believe the blessing of fleetness of foot is in there somewhere. I'll look it up on D&D Beyond. It's been a while since we had to put a blessing on, because I give them out so very rarely, because they're a permanent stat boost, right?
Yeah.
If
They-
I can't, I'll make a magical item that does it, and you have it equip it for free.
They're working on a generic feature system, and I think the first thing they're trying to put in is blessings.
Well, that'd be
But
nice.
Don't know how the rules work as yet. You could also make a feat, because you can just add feats to your character at the bottom of the D&D Beyond sheet. That might not work for Foundry though. So
yeah, we'll probably let us swim over. You know, it'll be interesting to see now.
Foundry is super good about going, you got this? Love it. Let's do it.
Foundry's
I'm
like,
gonna dip out, guys. I love you all so much. I can't wait to see you next week. I love you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Courtney.
and I'll leave you all with a fun thought because it's about the end. I wonder how fast Jade can move now.
Oh dear.
When you dash, you triple your speed.
Yep.
So that 30, 60, 90. Feline swiftness.
Whoa, you're
Goes-
already starting off wrong. You're at
No,
35 to start with.
Oh yeah, 35. Oh god,
First
70.
dash plus your action to dash. That'll bring it up to another 210 plus the 35 base speed on top of there is going to be 235 plus feline swiftness. That's like 500 almost.
I have a question. Does this blessing apply to wild shape or polymorph?
I'll have to check. 1 second here. Do blessings apply to wild shape? Yes, it does. Any buff spells cast like Barks can this one in wild shape form, so blessings do too. But a polymorph. Oh, that's actually the best bless spell. I think they do.
Okay.
'Cause
Well,
it's above and beyond.
I doubt it'll come up much, because I mostly use my star form, which I guess it would give me 25-foot fly speed now. But I was just something that I thought of there.
And like I said, if you wanted one last final complete rebuild of your character, cards are on the table if you want to have fun with that. You've got probably about 3 or 4 weeks to think it over, because there's still a floor left, plus a week before the next game, plus, you know, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
But unless anyone has any questions, I think I'm going to call it for the week then.
Yeah, it was great fun. Thank you. Dean, if you do, let me know. Let me know what class, and I can try and find you some magic items too.
Okay, cool. I'll keep that in mind.
And definitely, if you have any thoughts before it gets to the crunch point, let me know. I can look through things and maybe find fun items, and it gives me an idea of what to get for your character in the long run as rewards. You
Yep.
know, the little plans. And I will say, for Jillian, for the game next week, I am super excited. I don't know if I have any tools or any accessories that you don't already have for D&D, so I don't know if I say, let me know if you need me to bring anything, because I'm bringing a dice tray, my dice, and my phone for my character sheet. But I don't think there's anything else I could bring that you don't already have.
Just take it easy.
It's so strange.
Don't-
I used to
don't-
bring my
I'm-
3 backpacks, you know?
Just make sure you bring a smile.
Just bring, if you want to bring like a box of minis or something, you can, but I don't feel pressured. We're pretty well equipped here.
I've got my little Tupperware box thingies that separate the minis out. I'll bring a few stacks. I'll stick to woodland style creatures and things like that, and I'll bring some monsters that'll fit with the woods as well. You never know, might get the right ones and you might have good use for them. But oh, I know what I will do. I'll bring a laptop and I'll get tabletop audio going for us. I can be a DJ.
Sure.
There's a Google Home Mini in the basement
Oh,
that
that's
you
even better.
can probably connect to as like a Bluetooth speaker, I think, with your laptop.
Sweet, I'll give that a shot. I think the laptop has Bluetooth. If not, I have it on.
Or I could just give you one of my phones and you could play it on the browser, just cast it through that.
I do
That
have
would-
I have 2 Bluetooth speakers as well that can also have the headphone jack plugged into them, so.
Oh dang. We'll figure it out. We've got all the
No,
tools.
it's
Look
Dan, not Dang.
Alrighty then, everyone. Well, looking forward to seeing you next week. That's going to be an exciting time. I hope you all have yourselves a great week. Always a pleasure.
Yep. You have a good one.
You as well.
Later, everybody.
See you later,
Cheers.
guys.
Bye.
friend.